like
don't
you
have
were
the
saying,
disposition.
yeah,
Yeah,
from a moral objectivity standpoint, it's probably better to just refrain from doing that. It's like I hate people that say, "Oh, why do you use profanity? It just means that you're not as
I still do
educated."
that.
But at the same time, it's like there's a little bit of truth to that.
Well,
It's
I know
all
really
in how you.
few, but
Like, all
I
right,
don't know. I don't
boys,
know.
like,
So
I implicitly understand why, like, Fed, like, I do get why you're saying, like, don't ad hom. I
Mhm.
really do. Um, but I don't know if it's the reason that I think you don't.
Oh, I do it out of
Being that,
respect. I don't
see,
think
I
it's
don't do
right
it out of
now.
respect. I do it so they don't derail. I do it so they don't derail the argument.
Yeah,
got
that's
you.
Because
that's a good point. Yeah.
too often people are
Speaking
like,
of
they look
doggos,
for those trigger words to like fucking derail shit.
yeah, well, then they don't have to focus on whatever argument
That's
you're
right.
making.
That's right.
Well,
Speaking of, oh, go ahead.
well, can we let's hammer this one out real
I
quick,
like
and
it.
then
No,
we'll
I
go to
like it.
doggos. Um, like
Sorry if
not
I'm a
only
bit drunk.
yeah, it's same,
We'll
but
come back. We'll come
not
back.
only
No
is there
worries.
that, but like so like there's that, but then there's also like the trust that you have in yourself, where it's like I know who I am. Like I don't think I change very much in personality. I'm not ridiculously combative. I don't like fight people when I'm drunk. I only fight when I have to. Like I don't do a bunch of this stuff because I don't really want to. I don't want to fuck with people like that. Like I
I'm not
want to
gonna
talk to
lie.
people.
I love fighting people. I really
I
do.
mean, I
Like
like
physically, mentally, like fucking verbally. I love it.
it's hard to know when people are like combatants and they're willing combatants though. And that's the thing that I struggle with a bit is like, did I force them into doing this? Like if it were 4-4,
Mm.
if it's with you, then I'd be completely willing to because I believe that I know you to a degree where I'd
Well,
be like, yeah, I could have like a verbal fight with you and we'd be cool.
as
Same with
per my
Ghost.
messages earlier tonight,
Hmm.
like, yeah, I cut into you a little bit, but it was nothing personal. It's just fucking,
Same. Yeah, and
like,
that's why I agreed. You were like, yeah, no, we're still cool, and I was like, agreed. Like, there's no more words that need to be said other than like, yeah, I got you, and I feel you.
Yeah,
yeah, man,
I hate
like,
people
Yeah.
that take things too personally, even if you're just, if you.
stating fact.
That's why normal debate is fucking boring because it's so rigid and people like it, for example, in the presidential debates, if they don't want to answer a question, they just fucking won't. They'll start
Well, that's
talking about some random other shit. So when you have something a little more freeform and you can actually take jabs at somebody, I feel like it makes for a better transmission of ideas, so to speak.
so I would say there's a difference between ad homing somebody and being a bully. I'll chase somebody down and say like, okay, you're not answering this. Answer the question. Like I'll
I
be
have to
firm
say,
with people.
I do cross that line. I do. Like, I
Yeah,
will
it's
bully someone. Like,
appropriate. You
you
do it
got it
properly.
sometimes. You
Yeah, no,
got
I
it
think you do it.
sometimes.
I think you do it well. I think you did it well a couple times last night for sure. And like I could back you up on that. And I did it a few times. I don't try and do it a bunch, but I definitely cut people off and say, no, 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 let them talk. Like shut up. Like
So
I'll do that.
I'm
But
like,
like you gotta chase people sometimes, and like that's appropriate. But it's appropriate because that's where the conversation led. I don't think it's ever appropriate to just blast into ad homs, do crazy shit like that. Because I don't think it's ever productive. I think it's weird whenever you're like drunk because who knows what you're gonna say, and then like I just don't. I don't. It doesn't make me feel good to do it. Like
My
it
only
really
problem
doesn't.
is that again I use the F slur, and for me it doesn't. It isn't the definition that is the common one.
Uh huh. But
And
that's it's a product of what we
I
are.
understand. I
yeah,
understand
it's
why people
society.
fucking take it badly. I do. I understand why people take it badly, but and I
Well, no,
also
honest,
understand that they didn't have my upbringing. Like I grew up with like gay cunts. Like fucking. They use that word to
All the
describe
fucking
terrible
time.
people.
yeah,
To
and like
Yeah.
describe
I don't
terrible
think
people, not
any of
gay
us
people,
here
terrible
actually
people.
like want to insult or offend somebody because of their sexuality. Like that's not even the point.
No, no, it's definitely not the point. Like I actually can't do that. Like I know it sounds dumb. I just
But I
can't.
can't do
Like
that because I'm gay.
no, well, I got bashed because of my friends. Like because they were like, "Ooh, you stupid F slurs, fucking re," like over masculine machismo asshats, like fucking. And of course, they're my friends. I'm gonna fucking jump in. I don't give a fuck. Like, and like
100%.
like so I've seen that side of shit. But I'll tell you right now, the term queer was used way more amongst straight people than going after like gay people. You know, like fucking.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
Yeah, that
but
word has
yeah,
like a lot of history too. That word has like a negative
There's smear the
connotation on
queer.
it
There's a bunch of
already.
other stuff like
Yeah.
that. We played
in
that instead of
Australia,
tag.
in
Yeah.
Australia, the F word. Fucking, I hate that I have to say it.
You can
Oh,
say
What?
I
No,
don't
no,
ca-
don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say
uh,
it.
Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
I'm
I'm
not gonna
50-50
say it,
on
Flo.
it. Like I don't
Flo,
care, but at the same
no, I'm
time.
not gonna say it, man. Like I don't even want to say it in fucking ghost streams. But ultimately, in my personal experience with my gay friends, fucking queer has actually been way worse. You know,
Sure.
like that is the fucking shit they yell out right before they punch them. You know, like I'm all for fights. I think fights are a great equalizer. Like I do.
Violence
Like,
is
as
the
long as
great equalizer. No tax brackets.
Oh yeah, I can't do the next line, but
You
yeah.
know that song?
but for real,
Yeah, it's what is it?
Oh,
What is it? It's
fuck me.
it's
I'm
something
quoting it in it.
fantastic. It's King Fantastic, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
What is it?
something like that. Let me look it up.
Violence is equal.
No,
I
But
ain't
you
lying.
boys-
I'm just
you boys
repping.
understand what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, whereas
white
that
privilege,
term, that like the term queer, was like in my lifetime, has been far more like fucking used as a slur. And then like when I became a youth worker, fucking,
Yeah,
I
King
had
Fantastic.
co-workers that are like,
Yeah, King
we
Fantastic.
identify as queer, and it's like, seriously,
back.
guys, what the fuck?
Well, so do you have do you have like the game like it's called Smear the Queer, and
No, I haven't.
okay, it's like tag, but it's like tackle, and it's literally called that, and like it's only what it's been called every time I've ever played it in like Texas.
If you
It-
tackle, do you dry hump?
No, you literally like Chris Jericho like spear people. And like it
Oof.
gets banned. Yeah, like it's basically
Oh.
tackle, but you just
That's
beat the
too
shit out of
far.
people.
That's
Well, I
too
mean,
far.
but it's not about like it's not like you beat them while they're on the ground. You just like spear people, and like
But
that's
what
what
I
it
was
was.
just saying, dude, you gotta understand, like the term queer, which apparently is acceptable, is the
Damn, Fed,
the
you're right.
fucking
We can't say
reason.
the rest of those lyrics. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I knew that. Yeah, yeah.
No, but they like have, you know, like good on them. They've fucking, you know, taken it back. They've done better than black fellas. But when it boils
Yeah.
down to shit, queer isn't the same as the F.
Well,
You know,
it's true though,
In
but
Australia,
like
you're saying?
it gets culturally used
of course,
in
I'm
similar
talking about
ways.
Australia, Flo.
Yeah, well,
Like-
I'm just to illuminate something that happens in the United States as far as Texas. Again, we don't. I don't call people queer and stuff like that because it has the same
I actually
connotation.
hate that word. I
don't really like it either. But like,
I hate it.
here's the
I-
definition of smear the queer, which is like literally a game. According to whatever the
Steam?
fuck dictionary.
Is it on Steam?
No, it's like it's a ball game. So play
Oh,
starts
okay,
when
physical game. Sorry.
Yeah,
it's like something we played in 5th grade. And
Sorry, I misunderstood. My bad.
yeah. So it's
Is it
fair.
on
I'll explain
Steam?
it. Play
Yeah,
starts
on
when
the
the
game,
object is thrown in the
motherfucker.
air. Players may either snatch the object out of the air until it lands. If the object lands, the person closest to it must pick it up. Group
they're
will use
playing
judgment, or
balloons?
someone else who wants to can just pick it up. Once a player is in possession of the object, then try to get tackled. Once tackled, the object is thrown into the air by that person. The game starts over. Play
Is it a balloon?
usually ends when everyone is tired or when somebody gets hurt. Basically, you like tackle the fuck out of people. Anybody who grabs the ball, you just like you spear them, and you try and
To
get
be
the ball
honest-
to the other side of the field.
To be honest, like it's that shit just sounds queer in general.
Well, but it's not like you don't like just hump people. You tackle the fuck out of them, and then when they're like
smear
when they're
them.
out, they're out. Yeah, well, yeah, you let them go. Like it's
To
like
be
you
honest,
get up.
the smear part that like kind of makes me.
I mean,
that
I
word,
say
that
what it
word
is.
sounds. Like for
Would
real,
you
that
okay?
word,
Well, would you ever call a
that
group
re-
of fifth?
that
Would you
word
ever
sounds
call a
like you're
group of fifth
dragging their
graders
face.
queers? Would you do
But
that?
no, smear sounds like
Okay,
you're
so that sounds
dragging.
very ridiculous, does it not?
Stop cutting me off.
Well, you had a ridiculous
sounds
point. I'm
like-
trying to ask you something.
No, it's not a ridiculous point. Well, actually, it might be, but
It is.
it sounds like it literally sounds like you're dragging that person's face across the bitumen.
No, it's not about that. You spear
I-
them once they're
I
down. You
know,
get up
I'm
and you let them go. That even said it in the rules.
It just rhymes. It just rhymes.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's usually like a do you guys have dodgeballs in Australia?
Fuck yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's
I
like
love
one of
dodgeball.
those. It's like a dodgeball, or maybe like a
Dodgeball's sweet.
kickball or a soccer ball or something. But yeah, so
But it's more like rugby. when
yeah,
you get
aren't
down
you?
to
Are
it.
you allowed
No,
to throw
that
the
is
ball
not
to someone
rugby.
else? I can't remember.
It's
if they did
okay.
that.
404. Come on, can you really not say? I'm not saying it's
But
literally
no, it's
rugby.
not
I'm
playing
saying,
rugby. It's not rugby.
Hey,
Okay, do you
let him
tackle
have
people?
his rugby. Let him have his.
do you
rugby.
tackle people in rugby?
Yes, but they have to
Okay,
have the ball.
okay. Do you do a bunch of Okay, that's exactly the same rules. Do you do a
Easy,
lateral?
boys.
Do you do a lateral and whatnot to try and keep the ball moving in rugby?
No, that's gridiron crap.
Oh, so you don't do that at all.
No,
No.
don't you have to throw
There's
the
no
rugby
passing
ball
of it?
Fucking thing.
backwards? Like
Do you
can't
do any
throw
kind
it
of
forwards, right?
passing?
When it comes to like the difference between like real football and
Well, no, I'm just
stupid-ass
talking about
American
rugby.
football,
I'm not asking about football. Is,
No,
is there
but-
any form of
no,
like?
you're using parallels.
But I'm talking about smear the queer.
Just
you
let him
I'm
can't,
talk,
talking
you
about-
can't, you can't take out the person with the ball, like or people around the person with the ball.
You don't do that in this either. You have to tackle the person with the ball.
Well, I know that in gridiron you can.
Yeah, this
no,
isn't that.
So just so that we're all on the same page, smear the queer. You only can tackle the person with the ball, and then once that person's tackled, the ball usually comes loose, and someone else picks it up.
You try and throw it before
so
you get tackled.
Yeah, whoever has the ball is the quote unquote queer.
Yeah.
So wait, you throw it.
Yeah. You try and make a pass off. It's kind of like frisbee golf for any of the, or I don't know.
Boys,
what's the
that's
other-
more
It's
like
nothing
gridiron
like
than
frisbee
it is.
golf. Ultimate frisbee.
What's
is that what
what's
you're talking about?
ultimate? Is
That-
it ultimate frisbee?
I think so.
That is
It
way
might be
more-
ultimate frisbee.
That is way more like fucking gridiron because we don't throw it. We
You
kick
never
it.
throw the. Oh,
No, we kick it.
okay.
So that is
Really?
way more like
Hold
gridiron.
on though.
Yes.
Pause real quick. In rugby, when you have the ball and you're running,
You
can't-
pass. You
yeah,
pass
can't you
it.
like spin
Oh,
spin
that's
it
a
as long as
lateral.
it's backwards? Yeah.
You pass it as long as it's backwards.
Yeah,
That's a
Whereas
lateral.
Gridiron,
That's a
whereas
definitional.
gridiron,
That's a
you peg
lateral.
it.
No, that's a lateral. You're
Yeah,
you're
real quick,
explicitly
hold
saying
on,
a
hold
lateral.
on,
That's just
easy.
a definitional disagreement.
Yeah, so a lateral is when the ball is thrown but not towards the goal. Like it has to be back. Like
It has
a,
to be behind you.
There's a
in the
penalty
actual
called
term,
like
as in
forward
the actual
lateral
term,
is,
lateral.
is different.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's exactly what I was saying.
But
you make
in smear the
laterals, you
queer,
make-
there is no
yeah.
goal, so like it's just kind of like a big group of children.
The fuck is the point?
Well,
Just
no, but
fun,
we
it's for
played
fun.
it as if it were closer to rugby, and we actually just find like sides of the field, and it was like you had you had teams. It wasn't just everybody's gonna murder everybody, and you knew who was on which team, and then you just like you beat the crap out of each other. But you could make laterals. It was kind of like the
Anyways,
longest yard kind of thing when you
anyways.
just make funny plays.
We're talking about doggos now.
True.
I knew this kid, he was unhinged. Like his brain like didn't have that fear portion in his brain. He one time
Amygdala not attached.
he ran from the police on a motorcycle with broken handlebars on a road that was extremely curvy, where on one end it was just like a very steep grade, and on the other side of the road was a body of water. He did this at night, and he flipped his headlights off because he didn't want the police officer to see him. Anyways, that's just kind of like a little background on this dude. Well, he had this red-nosed pit bull where he could point anywhere or at anything and go like that, and that dog would
It would
just
attack.
straight attack. Like he used to fuck
Yeah.
with us, like he'd point at our legs and make that noise, and every time we'd always be like, "Why the fuck are you doing that?" We'd have to like run out. But
I
yeah,
already kicked his teeth out of his head. But
yeah,
yeah,
pit bulls, like on the inverse of what you were talking about earlier, pit bulls are stupid, but holy shit, you can
Bro,
get them to
pitties-
do whatever you want.
Pitties are one of the best dogs you could ever own.
A pit
They
bull?
really are. Like, they are beautiful dogs. Yes,
Yeah, and this was
pit
a
bulls are
big
actually
dog.
beautiful dogs.
Like, and it
You know,
was
like,
he could say like, "Come here," and the dog would come in the room, and then he'd say, "Get out," and he could do that for like 5 minutes straight, and the dog would obey every single time.
Alexa, kill
Alexa.
self.
but for real, like, pities, man. Like, my cousin, he followed my family trait of raising dogs. And he raised Roman nose pit bulls, and every one of those doggos, like, he's like, to be real here, like, fucking that dude, like, there's a reason I've got a problem with white supremacists. When our dickhead fucking prime minister fucking went like and did like the sorry day with Aboriginals, my cousin was.
So you mean they sorry as in like the traditional
Nara.
garment?
No,
Yeah.
sorry, as in
Oh.
like the stolen generation.
Oh, like
which,
apologizing.
Yeah, like, and to be
Okay.
honest, it should have happened way sooner. But the problem is that because he was a fuckwit that sold like T-shirts saying "I hate black people" and shit.
Wow.
He got, yeah, like, I'm not joking, boys, like, full WS. He got singled out by like all of Australian media, everywhere, like fucking national news. And yeah, like, fucking
Yeah,
that
that's
almost
bullshit.
that actually almost killed him, like, for real. Like, it actually did. Like, fucking, he had people showing up to his house. Like, fair enough. Like, sorry, but I can't tolerate motherfuckers that, like, I don't like my cousin. I have to say, I don't like my cousin. I do, but I don't. Like, he's my family. Of course, I love him, but boy needs to calm down.
It's just stupid. I mean, like, that's not even like it's okay to be white or anything. That's just outwardly negative.
It's
Yeah,
just not
exactly
worth it.
right. Like,
You
if
don't
if
get
if he
anything.
was if he was just being like, like, fucking white community, that's okay. Like, that is, like, I don't care what anyone says. That isn't fucking racism. That's exactly what every other fucking culture and race do. But yeah, like,
Yeah, his the only thing that could have brought would be more division.
Mm-hmm.
I
Like,
hate that shit.
I don't even think that people that are pro segregation are necessarily racist.
No,
Mm.
they've just realized that people get along better with their own, like, race, quote unquote. Because,
Preference.
Well, like,
if you
so,
look at it
for example,
objectively,
in the US,
yep.
in the US, if you have like a community full of, we'll say like Chinese or whatever, and you don't want to let Chinese people into your community, that's actually illegal. And I think that's
Yeah.
stupid.
Well, did I talk about earlier, like, how one of my, like, close friends fucking got strong armed out of his fucking property because, like, fucking
The
Arabic
garage
people, like,
thing.
yeah,
I mean, you
like,
didn't
they
say it
burned his
here,
they
but-
burned his they burned his garage down, and they killed his dog.
Oh, that's fucked. He should go
That-
John Wick on those motherfuckers. Do you
Yeah,
guys know
well-
about Killdozer?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I do. But just quickly, like,
Yeah, go ahead.
this fella lived in Lansvale, which, traditionally in Australia has been like the landing pad, if you will, of like fucking mass immigration. It used to be a fucking great town. Like, what I didn't mention on Ghost Show is that I went for a job, like, because I lived in Sydney for a little bit. I went for a job there. I was on my way to said job. 2 fucking cars pulled up. 8 motherfucking lebos pulled out, like, fucking jumped out. Put me up against the fucking wall and like, hey, what the fuck are you doing here? This isn't your fucking, we don't like
This is
your
not your
kind
block.
around here.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, like, mate, that shouldn't happen in Australia. Ever. Like, that is
It's like
definitely not something like that should be a thing, like, Australia, like, we've always welcomed fucking, and we do, like, welcome fucking, refugees, fucking, all that shit. Like fucking half our culture is Greek. To be perfectly frank, like fucking, it is actually Greek. You know, fish and chips and shit like that. Fucking, it was because of the Greeks. And then you get these fuckwits
It's
that
like
are
a
literally strong
diving
arming
board.
motherfuckers.
It's like a
Yeah,
diving board
like,
where if there is racism or even sometimes perceived racism, it's like they go, like that's the down action of the diving board, and then after that, you know, they feel like that for long enough, the diving board springs back up and goes all the way the other way, where they're the racists now.
Oh yeah,
I have to say, one of these boys ended up moving to like my hometown, and I ran into him at a pub, and he was like, "I'm so fucking sorry, man." Like, he had just moved here, you know, like, so he got like caught up in all this bullshit. We're like literal radicals, literal radicals.
It's
He
crazy
got
how you
caught up in their shit, and like, he fucking that motherfucker bought me drinks all night.
hell
You
yeah,
know,
it's
like
crazy. You
fucking
get these people one on one, and none of them are too crazy, but you get them in a
That's
group.
because they don't interact with those people. Yeah,
oh, hang on a
it's hard.
second, Flo.
That's how
Hang
people
on a
work.
second, Flo. It's
Yeah,
almost like you just said that groups are fucked.
Well,
Because groups are fucked.
yeah.
Fuck
well,
group.
yeah.
It's just like codependency. I think we were talking about that a different stream. They get together and commiserate, and then it's easy, especially I feel like now, to people want to be victimized, whether they are or not, because that's what gets attention. You know, that's the best. You can't get attention by doing good shit anymore. Nobody cares. But
Bro,
if you're victimized, then you'll get fucking.
I can identify with that through being like a partial redhead. Yet we never get fucking anything. You know, like fucking, they're just like, you just lol, you're white, you fucking have your privilege. It's like, get fucked. Like fucking, we grow up fucking getting bashed. You know, like fucking, at least in Australia, like, again, I'm not talking about America. I don't know how redheads get treated there, but, you know, like, this is why I giggle at like fucking, like, you know, black Americans and fucking all that shit, but they're like, we're oppressed. It's like, you are literally erasing fucking redheads from movies for representation, which is taking away representation for the most unique fucking genetic human on earth,
Sounds
which is redheads.
problematic.
Imagine
Well,
being
if they gave a fuck
unscrambled
about the
ginger.
fucking subject that they are fucking using, they would know this, but they don't because
No,
they
it's just
only give a fuck
yeah.
about themselves.
It's yeah,
You know, like-
exactly. It's selfish.
Like my mate's daughter, like she's full blown ranger, redhead for those playing at home.
Ranga.
And she cried when she found out that, like, and I mean this, like, she actually.
I don't know her,
cried.
but
It was
I'd
fucking
rang it.
heartbreaking.
Sorry.
She cried when she found out Ariel was going to be black.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is a little
Like-
fucked.
That was the only Disney princess that she reflected with, and now they're
Yeah.
going to make her black.
It's like, why don't they
like-
just make a new black princess? Why do they have to change?
Exactly.
what is?
Like, create
Wait,
something
I'm so
new.
loud.
No
You
one's
don't
got a
need to
problem with that.
change. No, fuck no. And the thing is, let's be real here. Disney fucking stole a shit ton of fucking Germanic fucking stories.
Real quick. I
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
say something
no
about
kidding.
that now. So I heard someone talking on a stream the other day, and they were like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Disney because of XYZ, but they've contributed to culture in so many ways and this and that. They
Oh, yeah,
stole
they did.
all of
Just,
the,
yeah.
almost every single, like, main Disney
Hunchback of
franchise
Notre
was stolen
Dame.
stolen out of the
Sleeping
public
Beauty,
domain.
yeah.
Sleeping Beauty is fucking Austrian.
Yeah, so they stole it
Little
out of the
Mermaid
public
is
domain.
Danish.
And then in the 80s,
yeah, like-
when Mickey Mouse was about to go into the public domain again, they
Mhm.
They
lobbied.
changed copyright law.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they fucked copyright laws forever because of their stupid fucking mouse that they stole from. It was a character called Steamboat Willie, and they changed it. And it's like, so the biggest thing though is you can't something cannot go into the public domain unless the original creator is cited as the source.
Dead.
But what about all the fucking shit that we find that has no author? It just is in like this limbo where people can't make their own creative things by seeing other stuff in the public domain because it's just not there anymore, all because of that fucking mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Flo, like, like, were you there for Filecast this morning?
Yeah,
When I was on?
for a little bit.
When I was on there?
Yeah.
Like, man, the reason I love that show is because I can come up with, like, stories. Like, for real.
Exactly.
Like, fucking...
You're illustrating my point perfectly.
Yeah, like...
I came up with one too.
I'm backing you up, like...
Did you hear my story? About what's under the triangle on the...
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
I did like your theory. It's not as good as
Yeah.
Mermaids, but I like it.
But
Well,
I've never
as
heard
good
it
as,
before.
like,
It's completely
Leonis from
original.
World Wars.
It might suck ass, but it's because there was no basis for it. It was completely off the cuff.
Perfect. Yeah, I was thinking in the beginning. You were gonna go with like that's the Earth vagina and it just queefs out methane.
I was
but
thinking about the Great Barrier Reef.
I do
like
like
this
that
like triangle.
tip.
It's a
That's where you
nipple.
were
It's a
going as
globe.
well.
But it's a
Like,
globe.
The
Yeah.
global nipple. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like,
You
well, Matt
fucking
Walker was talking
steer
about, I
cunt.
used to stare about tits, and that's why I was like, I'm gonna go off of what Flo was talking about. It's a triangle. What's under the triangle? Nipple. Let's go. Like, yeah.
They
So
just
I
want to.
just-
They just want to squeeze it. They just want to. It's so sensitive.
Well, that was the thing. It's like I took like subtle portions of like what y'all were talking about, and I was like, here's the new explanation, and it was different.
I
But,
think we
yeah, do
can
it all
all
the time.
agree though that the ghost is like anti-mermaid.
A ghost is anti.
Probably. Yeah, he's pro shark.
He's a crazy
He's
man.
pro shark, anti-mermaid, and he needs to be stopped.
The madman must be stopped. Do you guys have 4 minutes to watch a video real quick?
I will
Where
in,
are you
like,
sharing
when I
it?
die.
I'll post. I can post it in the general.
Because I'm watching.
Oh, there. Oh, I
Uh,
didn't
Angel
die. What the
Fallen.
fuck? One
Oh, you're
health,
still up.
boys.
We can wait.
I've been fighting this horse for like 4 hours now.
Fucking whores.
He's on New
Fucking
Game
horse.
Plus 6, and it's the hardest boss. Everyone argues that it is. I don't know if it's still. Oh, okay, I'm dead. I get one shot so often. Okay. Where is it?
It's in general, but we can wait until
No,
it's at a
I-
good
I
place
got it.
for y'all.
Is it the?
I'm
Trip
fine.
Cassidy?
We're waiting for Fed.
Wait, which one is it?
It's a Killstream call-in video. Actually, fuck, I didn't put it in general. I'm putting it in
I
general.
was about to say, motherfucker, this was the one I left out earlier. Oh, oh man, is this bad? Cause this girl, I thought she was funny.
No, it's not bad. I just like we were talking. So I want to do like a little Killstream appreciation. We were talking about calling in and how your mind just like goes blank. Well, sometimes that can be advantageous because I completely improv this whole thing, and I feel
Ooh,
like
nice.
it's legendary.
Chrissy Teigen, that's her name.
Chrissy Mayer.
Oh, god damn it. I didn't read it, and I was like, maybe I got this?
Close. Very
Fuck.
close.
Fuck me. Alright, give me the 3, 2, 1.
All right, you ready, 404?
Yeah, sorry. I need someone to do a flip on Abby's stream. Give me a second.
No worries.
How do I do a flip? How do I do a flip? I actually
You
heard
can't
that.
do
I
a
was
flip in
wondering what the fuck
Minecraft, but it's my favorite thing to ask streamers.
Minecraft.
Wait. Fucking.
Wait, I gotta back you up. Where's the jumpy girl? Jumpy girl.
Oh shit!
Jump
I
it,
haven't
go!
been paying attention.
Flip. Hey, I've backed you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tonka style dead air.
You can't trust like fucking. You can't trust these Brits. You got to keep them fucking occupied, otherwise they'll take over your fucking place.
And I said, "Whoa, Kimosabi, dead air."
Tonka like fire water.
Oh, that echo. All right. Fucking. Where am I watching?
It's in
Goodbye,
both channels in the Discord, actually.
I'm crying on you too.
Oh yeah, the ragged girl fucking thing.
It is the Ranga girl, yeah.
Actually, don't mind her. Like, she's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's actually funny. Like,
She's part of Compound Media, which is Anthony
Yeah,
Cumia's media
Cumia.
thing. In case anybody
I'd
was
still
like,
slam the puss because she's funny. Like,
Oh.
man.
Please, dude.
Please.
Please.
I mean,
Alright.
like, yeah, and
Boys.
she's not like if there was a
I'm gonna
version
mute
of this that
myself
was
so I
in
can
like
watch
my
this.
aimed range. Like, are you kidding me? I don't know.
Boys,
like,
boys.
I get so annoyed
Alright.
with like normal.
I'm gonna
people.
mute myself. Like, just so I can listen to this.
Okay,
be
so
back.
I'm gonna do a 3, 2, 1, and then we can play it.
Oh, we doing that one? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Flo, go ahead. Are you there? Oh man.
Sorry, I had
Wait,
pushed to
start
talk
again,
on for
'cause I
some
was
dumb
already,
fuck
like,
reason.
That's all
20
good.
seconds.
I thought it might be something like that. Go ahead.
Frankly, I am
Uh,
aghast
Let me
that
start it.
Butters thinks lifestyle habits that are typically associated with
Pour on
cocaine
you.
are associated with weed use.
Wait, we were.
Yeah, like
Well,
the
it's dark
Suzanne
butter.
thing.
It's not
Yeah, I'm
regular
restarting.
butters.
I have it at
That was
one
dark
earlier.
DB, my
Flo,
bad.
We're at,
Regular butter snorts like,
That's just
2 8
30
balls a day,
seconds.
start
probably.
again. Start
It
again.
sounds
I was like on 17 seconds when I hit play. So.
Okay. Do you want to just watch till 33 and then let me know?
Sure.
All right. Fed. 3, 2, nibba.
Okay. She's so nervous. I feel bad for her.
I'm gonna press play in about 5 seconds. at
Ralph's
33.
eyebrows
Where-
progressively. Wait, we're at
Like he
we're at
needs to.
25. We're not there yet.
Okay. Yeah.
28.
Hit
29.
play
I'm just gonna
again.
play it now.
in a
That's
rut
good.
lately.
Just hit it at 33. Oh, I'm at 33.
All right, what else?
Just play it.
Okay, do it.
Chrissy, what would you say to a how would you reconcile differing political beliefs between two people? They're in a
Tough
romantic
one.
situation.
Well, shit. That's the thing. Is like, how long have you been with this person? Or
Let's
got this
say it's
question a
like
bunch,
because this
though.
is more of a hypothetical thing.
Oh,
Let's say
okay.
weird.
it's
To her
6
credit,
months,
she
so it's like
actually answers it
committed but
differently.
not like
Yeah,
so
exactly.
committed that it
Like,
couldn't, you know.
I like
God,
this
I mean,
chick a
like,
lot.
I've seen differences
And
in,
not just
in
because
politics
she picked me
break
from a
couples
fucking
up.
mile away.
Even that were like engaged or married. It really
This part is
depends,
mostly
like
background. I'll tell you when it gets.
kind of like everything else, how you deal with every other conflict in your relationship.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like you,
I'm at,
whatever you can do to
almost
get
1:30.
yourself to a place of agree to disagree.
Yeah, sure.
But once you start like getting personal at each other and at each other's throats, and like, if that becomes like the fight you always have, then fuck, like, what are you gonna do? I would just be like, it's hard. It's so hard to bite your
Fuck, I
tongue,
wish I'd
especially
called
because
into
like
this now.
the liberals are fucking morons right now, and so it's tricky. So I would just say like, like if it's a subject you always
would've
fight
told
on,
her I'd bite
be
your
like,
tongue.
like try not to talk about it, or try just to like, make out every time you talk about politics or start blowing each other. I don't know. It's really easy to fight.
That's good advice.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I
Just
don't know.
some positive mental association. I literally just made that question up, so I apologize. I didn't put a lot of thought
It's
into
okay.
it.
You can make up a question.
Yeah, what's wrong with making up a question, Flo?
What's your favorite sex position?
Ooh,
You
in the
see
oven.
Ralph?
I
Yeah, Ralph's
like-
eyebrows at the start were fucking hilarious.
Shit.
Yeah.
I like getting plowed. I think, but I'm more likely to come if I'm on top and I'm like
All right,
running
listen
around
up,
and I'm in
boys,
charge
listen
of the
up.
factory all by myself.
So
You
doing
know.
all the work. Gotcha.
What about
Yeah. I'm just like, lay there, don't fuck this up. I like being on
let's
top.
just say hypothetically you
In
were
charge of the
riding someone
factory.
reverse cowgirl.
I've
Would you
never
like
had a girl
their
that likes
thumb
being on
in
top.
your ass a little
No.
bit?
I get annoyed
I
when
would
they're
never.
on top.
I
Just
would
think
be
it's
a huge
on.
distraction.
No, I
I'd be a
always
huge
get girls
distraction,
like
Look at Ralph.
especially if Mexican had been
It's too
consumed
deep.
at any point during the day. To me, anything in my butthole
what?
is gonna distract
Yeah.
away from like my having an orgasm. But if I'm with a guy who really loves to put stuff in my ass, okay, then that would be something for him and not
Ralph
for
with
me.
the subtle nod.
Try to
No,
get that time back
no.
another way. But
loves
that's
it.
like that's
He
a for him
loves it.
thing. That's like not a for
Now,
me.
what if they had a perfect
Yeah, I think
asshole?
I've
generally
rewinded
like,
this like
the
3 times
smell
just to see that no over and
usually
over
does
again.
it when
Isn't
there's,
that great on that
comes in asshole.
motherfucker's
I-
face? He's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's how you
I,
gotta
but-
hose it down back there. You gotta clean it out. You gotta scrub it up. You know.
Flo,
Make it
thank you.
Do you
I'm
think-
glad you got it.
do you
I'm
think
glad
it's
you got
unreasonable?
it.
That was a legendary call-in, if I do say so myself.
I'm still going through it. This is so funny. Fuck me.
I don't get anal. I don't, but I also don't like using condoms, so there's that.
Gotta be careful, man.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about having a kid, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Just, mentally prepare yourself now in the eventuality that something like that does happen.
Like,
Mm.
well, realistically, the worst that happens is that you pay fucking child support. Like, it's not that much. Like, at least in Australia. I don't know what it is in America.
Oh, it's bad, dude. Like, Jeff Bezos's ex-wife is the richest woman, third richest woman in the world or something like that because of alimony.
Yeah, but that's because alimony, yeah. Like, that's not fucking child support, man.
Well, I mean, but it's a sliding scale. I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I wonder. Do they have kids?
Just quickly, that's also the reason I won't get married.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one. It's, in America,
Married-
at least, like,
being
why
married-
does the government need to be involved in your love?
Well,
Like-
not just America. Like, I don't agree. Exactly right. Like, I don't agree that the government fucking needs to approve fucking your relationship. Get fucked.
Exactly.
know, like,
That's
and
my view on it.
I've 100% fucking like ditched girls that are like fucking, ooh, you gonna marry me? It's like, lol, let's break up.
Yeah,
Like,
so it's 12 grand a month in child support, which that's pissing money to him. But
well, that I'm hoping is based on his income. Like, fucking, I pay like. It's fucks like, but I also have a trust fund.
oh, we got a
I
trust
pay-
fund baby in here.
Well, I don't wake my asshole off to fucking make sure, like, to
No,
not
it
have
doesn't matter. I
a good
just like
future for my son.
just fucking with you.
But for real, like, fucking, I think it's
This little
pretty,
piece
like,
of paper from
it's
the
about
government.
it's about $200. It's about $200 in child support,
That's not.
and then I throw in, yeah, like that's a fortnight, like fucking, and then fucking, I throw in like 50 a week into my son's trust fund.
Nice guy 404.
Well, I don't want my boy to fucking end up homeless like I was.
Now,
know,
do
like
you
fucking,
wait? Do you have a trust fund, or does the trust fund for your kid, or both?
It's for him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had a trust fund. That's why I said trust
No.
fund baby. No.
No, I had rich parents that gave no fucks.
I
like,
guess that
I died. I watched that call like so many times. I'm sorry. I went back. There's so many little nuance points in
Oh,
there.
isn't that
That's
so? Yeah,
fucking amazing.
improv to win, baby.
I think I remember like watch. Is that the first time she came on?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think no, so. That wasn't recently though, right?
That,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
That was.
I saw that one. That was so fucking good. Well fucking done, man. Holy
Thank
shit.
you. That was. Let me see if I can get a date on that guy. That was in August.
Yeah,
So 2 months ago.
Flo.
Yeah.
Like, Flo, like, fucking. I started the trust fund because I don't trust my ex. Like, she's a drug addict.
Mm,
So, I turned around and I said, I'll pay, like, the base level fucking. And I mean base level fucking child support. But I'm gonna, like, build up this trust fund.
That's
like,
smart.
fucking.
that's smart.
He won't. I think more men need to do it. To be
Put
honest,
put your guns in the trust fund too.
like, brother, like, fucking too many women fucking literally use child support to buy drugs. They really do. Drugs or alcohol, and that money is supposed to be for your fucking kid. Like, I don't give a fuck about the creative accounting. Like fucking, I work in finance. You know, like fucking, I I know what a fucking 0.01 fucking dollar deficit can do. You know, like fucking, it can fuck up fucking entire businesses.
Mm.
You know, global businesses. So I'm not gonna fucking even allow that to fucking happen with my fucking kid.
For
You know,
sure.
my
No, that's a good way about going. And then she can't fuck with the trust, right? And he can't fuck with it until he turns 18, right?
21.
Oh,
I've got it set up. I've got it set up until he's 21.
that's a good choice because if I had a
Fuck
lot of money
18.
that all of a sudden came to me at 18 years old, probably would not have gone down too
You
good.
just blow it on bullshit. You blow it on bullshit. I would have
Bunch
too.
of cocaine
you know,
and
like,
strippers, man.
fuck yeah, boy. Like, yeah, I for real, like, fucking, I had the choice to make it 18. I'm out at 21. You know, like, it's probably like fucking almost like fucking getting close to like 20 grand.
Holy shit. Yeah. Here's some investment tips for anybody. If you're young, start doing what he's doing. $50 a week, $50 a month, something like that. Just throw it in an account and don't ever fucking
Do it.
touch it.
Don't touch it. Never touch it.
Unless
that
you're
money is
about
no
to
longer
fucking
yours.
die, don't touch it.
Yeah, like, for real, that money is no longer yours as far as you're concerned. You know, like, it is just fucking money
This is what you
spent.
gotta do when you're a poor boy. You have to
Yeah, fuck yeah.
build your own growth.
Fuck yeah. Wanna actually fucking get off the street? Like, fucking do it.
So can I ask you, what was it like being homeless?
Oh.
Fed, we're gonna have to have you on for like a music stream. You sing real good.
I don't
Does
think
he
I
though?
do, but yeah. I was a singer for a band, and I hate it. I hate the way that I sound. And it's
Well, everybody does.
I can't help it. Yeah.
It was actually okay.
Sorry.
It was actually okay for a while. Like, to be perfectly honest, like, I found like a pretty good, what I thought was a good place to sleep. Because let's face it, that's 90% of fucking what being homeless is.
Right,
problem
just
was,
getting
is-
to the spot or like working up to where coming
yeah,
back to
like,
the spot.
but
You're gonna lay
I also never begged.
Yeah,
Or I
most
wasn't
people
one of those
don't. Like a
guys-
lot of people in America, I don't know how it is. I'd imagine it's similar in Australia, but like 70% of homeless people in America, you wouldn't even know by looking at them.
Well, it's from
Yeah.
drugs and things like that. Before Forrest got a rigid back, the motherfuckers got morals.
Well, and also the
try to.
drugs
I
is
try to.
only.
But
Sometimes that
from what
falls
I've
you-
seen, even when you're drunk, it eats you. Like it really does. Like I've
It
seen,
really
I've
does,
seen you
yeah.
drunk as fuck, and I've seen you struggle with it. You've even like gone back on something you typed out, and you're like, nah, fucking no. Like, and like, I don't know your struggles entirely, but I've seen a couple of them, and to that extent, I would be like, yeah, no, that's a good faith attempt at least for sure. So
Well, and like
I could give it the attempt
if
that
you
I could.
consider addiction a mental illness, it's still only the top 4th leading cause of homelessness.
Mate, I wasn't fucking homeless because of addiction. I was homeless because my ex used to beat me up.
Giant
Yep,
testicles.
domestic violence
I-
is number 3. So
Just quickly, I fought back after like multiple months with my son in my fucking arms
Yeah.
because she
Damn,
went
dude.
fucking insane. And I got charged. She
Yeah.
got off scot-free. You know, like fucking, because, you know, like apparently only men fucking the problem. Anyway, fucking.
Yeah.
This story
I'm
makes
gonna
me
get
sad
into
every
it. It's
time.
gonna
only
make me
men can do
fucking angry.
domestic violence. Duh.
Apparently only men can be violent. Don't you. So basically, I lost my place.
Fed, stop
'cause
humming.
So I'm
I
sorry. I can't do it. Okay.
I couldn't pay rent. You know, because I lost my fucking job. This is when I was working like as a youth worker with YWCA.
That's the
The
number
second
one
they
reason.
found out, they were like, "Oh, he's a misogynist." Like, no, and never mind that I'm pretty much the reason that they maintained funding for 3 years straight. 100%. Like I did a better
That's so
job than
stupid.
all
That's
of
so
their
stupid,
fucking
like,
workers.
The SJW
Like-
type attitude where like it doesn't
Well,
matter all the good shit you've done.
That's
you
what
did one
killed it.
bad
That's
thing.
what killed it. These SJW infiltrators. Like literally, I know that sounds like a fucking like foil fucking hat shit, but it was true. Like it is true. Like fucking, we had like over the time, like I saw them come in, and I was like, oh, maybe they just care, you know, like fucking. This is where I learned to hate the fucking far left.
It's like it doesn't
I'm
matter
a-
if you're good or not as long as you look like you're good. But the
As long as
second
you
you
look
start
good.
stop looking good, they fucking throw you out in the trash.
Yeah, like they're based entirely off optics, and fuck off. You know, like fucking a prospect I've got for work in the future very soon. Is literally because they're tired of SJWs.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of workplaces right now, like finally, like 2016 was like the fucking push of it, even in Australia. You know, all of a sudden
Like I was
everything
saying
had
earlier,
to be
it's like a
fucking
diving
woke
board.
and fucking all this shit. Yeah. All this shit had to be woke and fucking it. I found it near impossible to find work. And then like, you know, dive back into like my usual fucking
Not to get
safe job.
not to get too personal, but so you were charged, were you convicted at all?
Yes.
Ah, dude, I'm sorry. That's fucked.
It fucked me for my job entirely.
Well, because and obviously this, you're going to
She
tell it with your
literally-
bias on
she
it, but it
literally
sounds like
lied.
you didn't do anything
No.
wrong. But even
Dude,
if you weren't found
she-
guilty, the accusation
Float.
is enough.
Float, she smacked me around for an hour. Half of that was literally with our son in my arm.
Yeah, it's fucked,
And
dude.
then like I was doing like, you know, well fuck, you can't see me. Like I'm doing, you know, these ones where like you fucking like lean away fucking and just cop it at the side of the head, you know, like fucking just protect you. Yeah, like and then fucking I snapped. Like she almost hit him. And I fucking snapped. I
Dude,
did.
how-
I was
how
just like,
could you not?
What the fuck? Like I literally like fucking I put my son back in his cot. I picked her up and threw her against the fucking wall. Like
And even that is not like an inherently offensive, or what am I trying to say? Inherently like you were the aggressor. That is more of like a defensive thing that you did.
dude, she tried to guilt me. She's like, ooh, I had fucking bruises. So bitch, my fucking eye socket was half shattered. You know,
Holy
like-
fuck, dude. What, did
like,
she have like a
legit, like-
badass lawyer or something?
No, she had family. No, that doesn't seem like a big thing.
No, 100% it is.
Any lads listening, just you need that backup. You do. You
Yeah,
need
because
that
if
backup.
you're on the one side of the courtroom and there's like your lawyer and like a couple other
Yep.
people, and then they're on her side of the courtroom and it's just fucking packed, that's a huge thing
Yep.
for like the judge
it-
and all that.
optically
In a court that
you're
already
fucked.
favors mothers.
Yeah, especially like fucking. Man, like I'm not even joking. Like my left fucking orbital fucking what the fuck orbital whatever the fuck was partially shattered. I had fucking doctor's records, like fucking about this,
wonder-
and they were like,
It's
they
almost
were
not
like,
even
"Oh,
worth
but
it.
she
though.
had bruises.
It
you know,
seems like you could
get
sue
fucked.
her civilly or something like that. I don't know. Like,
Oh,
I
man,
don't know. It's
not
not
worth
even
it,
worth
not
it.
worth it. Not worth it.
Yeah.
Like
You seem like you're
mate-
doing good now, so just fuck her and then keep living your
my
life.
my revenge is literally fucking living as best I can. Like, brother, I've got a fucking. It seems petty to some, but it's a fucking victory to me. I've got a fucking great PC. I've got a big ass TV. Fucking,
Fucking
I have
victory
a fucking
lap, mate.
stable. I have a fucking stable place for when my son wakes up to his fucking stupid mother's bullshit to come and live with me. I deliberately rent a place that has 2 rooms and will not let anyone else stay here.
What a fucking Chad
Like-
dad. Holy shit.
Like, bro, like, I'm not allowed even to talk to him because she's a fucking psycho cunt. Like, but I have everything set up. I've got I've got the shit. You know, like I've got it all set up. Like I've got his drawings and shit on the wall in my fucking second room. You know, like the ones he gave me when he was younger. Like fucking bro, like
Chad fucking dad, dude. You're doing the right thing. Just I
shit's
appreciate that you're
heartbreaking,
not
dude.
being a fucking deadbeat, because it would be easier, especially when you have to deal with her, to just leave the whole situation. But it sounds like
Brother,
you're
he's
still
gonna
trying to
consider me a
support.
deadbeat because I'm not allowed to talk to him by her standards because women are apparently the gatekeepers.
Well, what about legally? Are you?
You know, mate, I don't have the money to do it. I just don't. I don't have the money to do it.
Yeah,
You
to
know,
get
like
to get the ruling changed.
yeah, I don't have the money to do it, but I know
Ah.
from my own personal experience with my dad, get to a certain age, get in contact.
100%, dude. If
get-
I was Jeff Bezos rich, I'd hire the best lawyer in fucking Australia for you.
Brother, if I was just Jeff Bezos rich, I would not only hire the best fucking lawyer, but I would also put her out of a fucking home.
Yeah,
So she
hire the
can
best
experience-
assassin.
So she could experience the fucking years that I dealt with sleeping in underpasses. You know, like I don't know, it sounds petty.
It's not
But it
fucking
isn't.
petty. It's
Not petty.
not.
It is literally fucking showing her what she fucking made me fucking deal with. You know, like sorry, but ladies need consequences and it's about fucking time. Like equality, bitches. Guess what? It has fucking negative consequences. You know, like fucking men have sucked this shit up for a long fucking time. And it's about fucking time women fucking learned. You know, like
Well, just
and to be
all we
honest-
want is equality. That's it. And that's
Legit
what women
equality.
say they want,
Legit
but they
equality.
don't.
no, they don't want negative shit. You know, like they don't want the fucking repercussions, they want the benefits. You know, and my ex is actually a really good fucking like bro, when I first started dating her, it was like halfway through my youth work career. You know, like I thought she fucking understood. You know, like fuck this is a
They
hard thing to
never
talk
do,
about.
dude. Yeah.
I like I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Like fucking never trust women. Like
Dude, I don't even trust my fucking self, much less.
I don't trust
woman.
myself either. Yeah,
You
like
know what I mean?
100%, man. Yeah, 100%. You know, like just don't trust what women say. Like fucking hold them accountable. Hold them accountable.
Not to be like this could be considered sexist, I don't know, maybe, but just the brain structure of a woman is so different than that of a man. You can't even conceptualize, you
I
know.
refuse to believe that that's sexist because it's a fucking.
I mean, it's
the
true,
fucking truth.
but you know, like their brain chemistry is different.
Well,
Almost
I
like
put it
daily,
down to
you could say.
perspective.
Whereas
I
a
put it down to
man's
perspective.
yeah, men's brain chemistry is a lot more consistent, which in some ways is is actually, you know, not
A
good.
problem.
In other way, yeah, a problem, and in other ways it is good.
Yep.
Because like you and myself, our consistent brain is saying, okay, just stay with her, she's gonna work it out, we're doing this because of our kid, etc. But it just, you know, and then when you add in the bias in the legal system and stuff, it just doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
You got like fuckwits like fucking bald ass Joe Rogan.
I'll be right back.
Fucking
Oh,
those
anyways, I want to
those
hear what you have to
dickheads.
say about Joe.
Oh wait, yeah, sorry, I'll wait.
No, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Fed. Fed.
Hello.
You are alive.
Yeah. No. Well, I'm. Oh, I died. I managed to like do a bunch of backpedaling, and I
Do you have a
survived the whole
micro sleep?
time, even when I was trying to like tab out and like get back in. Because y'all were talking about something serious, and I didn't want to hum or do anything, and I
Man, I
died as
honestly
soon as I
hope
was like, "Yeah, I'm back," and so that sucked.
I honestly hope you
But
heard what I said.
I did, yeah, no, but I've also talked to you about it before, so
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
yeah.
Welcome back.
I was listening to a cover of "The House of the Rising Sun," but I was listening to that, but
Oh,
I can't.
send a link.
I hum like an asshole.
I love that song. Send link.
Uh,
But yeah, like
it's a cover, just so you know. It's not
yeah,
just
well,
Led Zeppelin.
I said send link after you said it
Okay,
was
okay,
covered, so
gotcha.
calm down.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Oh my god,
That's a good ass
It's
song.
great. It
yeah,
is.
it is. Like that's why I'm interested. But for real, like any man, or actually like any woman stuck in this situation, it really doesn't fucking matter when it comes to gender, except that men get fucked over more.
But we're still emotional
You know
beings
that
that end up going
minor
through a bunch of
fucking
shit.
problem.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like
Oh,
fucking
that wasn't it. Those man accounts of sorrow.
wiggers need to fucking learn, and I should have learned, like, because you know I worked in this industry, and it's an industry, not a fucking not for profit. Fuck off. Boys need to learn when to cut shit off. Like
True.
we as lads, like fucking, we're far more optimistic and hopeful than women.
Mm-hmm.
We
Well,
are,
we're
like-
idealistic. We're like we're hunters. Like we set goals. Like we do a bunch of stuff that's like antithetical to like
Well,
just letting
did
women
you-
like say no and walk away.
Did you hear old mate Canadian like tonight? Like fucking, he was talking about how like he broke up with his missus just because like he posited things like where he wanted to go, maybe.
Well, I mean, I've
Oh,
also
and he got stuck in fucking arguments for a month
yeah.
just because he made like a fucking
Mhm.
postulation. Like these bitches want to talk about fucking toxic masculinity, but apparently toxic femininity isn't a thing.
It's
Get
true.
fucked. It is.
Oh yeah, the other
like,
foot exists. There's always a duality. Like people
always.
do not exist without.
Always. If there's one side, there are both sides. Yeah, a coin isn't fucking a 2D fucking.
There is no
entity.
side without the other. That you cannot
Correct.
definitionally be on a side without
Well,
opposition.
it's all yin yang.
100%.
All yin yang. Like fucking.
And
like,
that's how you address things. That's how you address reality. You address reality with, even if you could see everything, then you need to address reality in the case that you cannot see everything. You must always address everything with the yang, with the worst interpretation, the most extreme version of it, and you have to work through almost every version of it to the best that you can
you
compute
have
it.
to.
Exactly.
have
That's how
to.
you live. That's how you exist. And it's
Yeah.
sickening when like I so many people, like my family's been struggling with this recently, and like I'm trying to talk to them about it, and they always come back to me like, but I'm becoming a crutch, and I don't believe in that. I don't believe in being a crutch. It's very hard for me to like tell them like, you need to think about this, you need to work on this. Like you can't be coming to me constantly for these answers. Like you need to meditate on this, like think about it, like understand what reality is. But like, you're a 60-year-old parent, understand what you're doing. I'm the youngest person in my family, and I'm giving everybody answers for some reason, and they're
Hey.
looking at me for answers.
I'm the
I
second
know how you
oldest in
yeah.
my family and the only child, like for my personal family. Bro, I pretty much raised my younger cousins. Like, because ever since I was a kid, I wanted a kid. I know that
Mhm.
sounds fucking dumb. Like, fucking, I had like fucking hardcore fucking paternal instinct. Like fucking the day I had my son, like, it was the best day of my life. But
Cheers.
I raised my younger cousins. Like I took the heat off
Cheers
my
to you,
fucking
sir.
uncle.
Well done.
But yeah, like fucking, man, like it pisses me off so fucking much. These fuckwit feminist fuckwits. Yeah, doubled. but they actually don't even fucking. It's not even in their heads that men may want kids when they're growing up. You know, like
So they misconstrue that, like, it's weird when they think there's like an ulterior motive, and like I get that, like it's normal, and you like I don't necessarily question them about it, but it's sad, I guess, but it's also it's
I used
weird.
to.
Doesn't feel
I
good.
still protect like people that I kind of I do. But I perceive that are weaker, like fucking younger, fucking.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
I will go into the fucking arena for those cunts.
What's up,
Yeah,
Grandma
and
too?
that's
He's in the chat.
and
Sorry, I wanted to make sure I addressed.
Grammar too. But for
He's a good
real,
boy.
like fucking. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted a kid. Like it's dumb, I know. But
I've heard you.
like,
I've heard you blackout drunk talk about like how much you care about the kid, how much you take care of him. Like yeah,
Bro,
I've heard.
I
Like
raised
I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard it from the straight up the unconscious. Like that's where it's like,
Let
yeah,
the
I
liquor do the
believe you.
talking.
Like, yeah, but like, and that's the thing where it's like I try and like I don't try and it would be a lie to say I don't try and condition myself to like be in a state where like whenever like I'm that blackout that like I have like the same response that I do, but I believe that response to be what I normally am. And uh I, again, 4-4 has been there for like one time when I've been absolutely fucked for like I don't know. It's been like at least 6 months 4-4 that
It's
I've
all
known
good.
you. But like
Yeah.
that was it was one time. It was a really bad time. But I still own it.
No, you're
but
having a bad
yeah,
day, man.
it
You
was
don't
it was
need to
not
keep
good.
bringing it up.
Yeah.
Like you just having a bad day. It's all
Well,
What
good.
no,
did
but
you
like
do,
I
though?
own it. No, I just fucked off. I called everybody out. I said everyone was a bastard. I was a complete prick. I was an absolute prick. I did everything wrong. I didn't trust people that I should have trust.
Like
I
I
did
said,
everything
like
that I don't normally do because I don't think that's the person that I am. But I don't think
yeah, when
like I've been
people are
blackout
sad,
a bunch like since then, and I haven't done
but
any of that. I don't think
that's because you're not sad anymore. You know,
exactly
like
because I don't think that was
sad.
me.
Sad is a fucking it's far heavier
It's
of a
powerful.
word and a description than fucking like even depression. Like if you're sad, like what the fuck, like.
And that was overwhelmingly sad. Like that is like that was the dog that that was the dog that I had since it was like I
Yeah, man.
like literally was born in our house and like
He was
we
your
put
boy.
him down in our house and like I was
Yeah.
holding on to him when he got put down. He didn't go to like a place to get put down. I
Fuck,
like literally
yes.
held him as he died.
So
like,
let me.
and that was like he came into the world and like I was there and I picked him and I was like, that's my dog. He grew
Yep.
up. He did everything. Like he was a runt. He became the giant dog. The same way I was
Dude,
very
that's
small. Became a big
100% why I
person.
told everyone just to calm down. Like I'm like, right,
Yeah, and
this lad's going through his shit. Just
it was
fucking deal with
wrong,
it.
but like yeah, no, like I still like that like rocks me because like that was my boy. Like that's I don't
Yeah.
know like. You don't I don't think there's ever gonna be like I mean I'm not the youngest person in the world, but like I mean like I'm a quarter of the way through my life at least for sure, probably third, but I mean I still recognize that for what that is, and like that was like if I had to say something is traumatic, that was actually like traumatic, like but
So
there was no amount that was gonna keep me away from doing that. Like
yeah,
there-
how did
like
your
everyone was
dog,
crying and like.
Did you have like someone come over and like a vet or
Yeah,
whatever?
we had a vet come over and they like gave him the injection and it was like a OD sort of thing and like
Yeah. So
he hadn't been like moving in a couple
I'm
days.
so
and, like,
I'm so
yeah.
glad that you did that because I think it's stupid to take your dogs to some strange place and then let it get pumped up full of drugs and then you know
Mhm.
all this shit. I'm like in the same agreement with you, except I would probably use a gun just because it's there's still no chemical involved or whatever.
Man,
And
I,
then,
I
but
grew
like,
up on a
cause my
farm, like, it's better
wh-
to fucking shoot him in the head than it is the giant green syringe. You
yeah,
know?
so like one of my pets was really really sick, not actually even sick. I think it got into a fight with like a wild animal or something like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was like doing all the shit that pets do right before they're about to die, and I was like, oh god, please don't make me fucking do this. And luckily it just had like sprained hips or whatever, so it's just recuperating, but thank fuck,
Yeah.
because like I just really don't want to have to ever do that. But that's what I would do for my pet because I love it so much. I'm not gonna take it somewhere to some strange thing place.
Well, yeah,
and then-
no. He literally like he came in and left the world like 20 feet between. Like he
That's
literally was,
crazy.
yeah, no, like he was literally born in that house like 20 feet away, and then like I like
Well,
I mean
it's
I
like
spent
my
the
cat.
night with him. Like I stayed with him for like hours, and when it turned out like
Fed.
he wasn't looking good, it ended up that he had cancer. Like I mean I stayed with
Fed.
him, I held him, I did everything, and so it was all I
Well,
could do.
Fed. My cat, like fucking Benji, like fucking. She was a part of a litter of a house I was moving into, and I was like, like my mate sent me a picture. I'm like, I want her, and then she had 2 litters after because I couldn't afford
Yeah.
fucking getting
I
her
know
fucking
that feel.
dissected.
That was my boy. I did the same thing. Out of a whole
but-
litter of like perfect purebred golden retrievers, I was like, that one's my boy. And they're like, that's the runt. And I was like, no, that's my boy.
That's my boy, yeah. Like,
Exactly. I know the feeling.
and Banshee was the only like fucking Ranger cat, like fucking I can't remember what they called him. God damn it. But pretty well documented that these cats just they're fucking vocal, they fucking fuck with shit. They're cool peeps. And then she had like 2 litters, and then one of her litters, I think it was the second one actually. She had Cortana, like which is like she was
Cortana's a cool
like
name.
she was like a gray girl, like, but she's like almost like a Russian blue.
Mhm.
So of course Cortana.
Yeah,
And then
it's
like
thematic.
Banshee also had like this ginger cat.
Oh, Banshee and Cortana. Okay, I didn't register Banshee, but I like that with Cortana.
Tell you
like-
what, that wasn't
the vehicle.
intentional. That actually
Okay,
wasn't
that's
intentional.
really good.
Banshee was Banshee because when she was like a fingerling, like fucking tiny little kitty, like she used to just go all the time.
Okay.
So she screamed like a banshee. So I called her
Banshee,
Banshee.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Look, I love my lore, boys. Like, you got to understand, a lot of my shit is based off lore. I'm an attorney at law. But yeah, like fucking.
Attorney at lore? Is that what you just said?
I did.
Oh
as a
shit.
standby-
Okay, that's good.
Um,
That's funny.
But her second litter, she had George, which was named by a lady that was living with us at that time. And Cortana, obviously, I named, but they used to fight over the same teat. So I used to have to like pick one up and chuck him on my lap while like, I'm playing Dota and shit. Like, because at that point I was playing Dota. Fuck Dota. But
In case you were wondering,
But-
fuck Dota.
yeah, fucking A. Like, but I used to have to swap him out. Like, let one feed for a while and then, like, pick him up and, like, swap him over. Because they used to fight each other. And they really did. Like, they fucking. They used to cut each other up when they were, like, little kitties. Like, fucking.
Yeah.
Either
that's
way,
what they
like.
do.
The girl
right?
that named fucking George, like George didn't like her. Like he hated her. Like he literally pissed on her and shit. Like
Wait, he
but
pissed on her, or is she?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but Cortana, like fucking, she was my girl. Like fucking, and then
Dropping
this
guns
chick
in
was like,
your coordinates. Like, oh, thank you, Cortana. Yeah.
Hey, Cortana. I don't use Cortana on Windows, but I'll gladly have a pet. But yeah, like
Catnip
fucking,
arriving in 30.
I don't know. How
I didn't order this, goddammit! Like, Cortana.
Like, if somebody tells me that they use Siri, I'm like, oh, okay, that's a little weird, but you do you. But if somebody tells me they use Cortana, I'm gonna like keep my distance.
Yep, back away slowly
Yeah,
and have
that's
a
weird.
friendly
Cyber-fed.
face. Like, yeah, no one ever should use Cortana. However, like, as I said, George used to like he was a bit of a troll boy You know, like he pissed on this chick like fucking multiple times, and like she was just like, "Oh, he doesn't like me," and it's like, no shit. Like,
That's
so I ended
crazy.
up with
He
him.
likes pissing on you though.
Did he still have his balls his whole life?
Well, he did actually, yeah, because he died young. Like fucking some asshole that around my house at the time fucking ran him over.
Oh no.
Like,
Nar-
Sorry, I didn't. Yeah, no, that's fucked. Sorry.
like, it's one of the few, if not only times that like fucking I had like a fucking animal that like I legit like when she called me up because he had a microchip like tied to her because she was supposed to be his owner. But like, hey, just quickly, when I go to bed, that little dude was asleep right next to me, and like pretty much insist on like me holding his hand.
No.
Like, this is the sweetest cat. Like, he's the sweetest pet. Like, fucking, I've raised a lot of animals, and he was the sweetest out of all of them. And then yeah, I woke up one morning and she was like, "Oh, George is dead." And I thought she was just
Oh,
being an
man.
asshole.
Oh, that's a fucked
I-
joke.
I
If it
thought she
were
was
to be.
being an asshole. Like, I
Mhm.
really did. Like, you know, I had a bit of a thing with her in the past. Like, so I thought she was just like, yeah, my immediate thought was that she was trying to fuck with me. She wasn't. You know, like, yeah, it was fucking hard. Like, but Benji, my girl, she's like easily the best, well, one of the best pets I've ever had. The best pet I've ever had was Rocco, my wallaby.
You had a fucking pet wallaby?
Yeah, name Rocco.
Good shit, dude.
Because if you own a wallaby and don't name it Rocco, you're a piece of shit.
I haven't watched it ever since I took acid one time, and I watched the intro to that song, and it freaked me out.
Yeah, dude.
I can't do it
You'll
anymore.
lose it. You'll
Rocco's
lose something.
modern.
Yeah,
And you're like, oh no! Like, yeah, it was the
Oh,
teeth that freaked
no.
me out, and that was it.
Dude,
Goner,
people
never
have
again.
a weird psychological reaction to teeth. If you look at
Yeah,
like, a lot of
well,
horror
yeah.
movies and
They do.
stuff,
They're
there's, like,
terrifying.
always, like, teeth.
They're also like so like it's a portion of like I don't know if I've talked about it with you, Flo, but like your eyes are like developed like so you can see the whites of them, and it's like it's nonverbal communication that you've grown pupils, but you've also grown the whites of your eyes. Like it's specifically to see that you can see what you're looking at. Everything about your facial features is almost developed as nonverbal communication. Like
Sure,
it
limbic system
applies.
controlled.
Well, it's like it's not only that, like it's not only the ability to look at them, but it's like the actual physical features. The more expressive your face could be with like gritting your teeth and doing all these things, sneering, you pick up on these things so much.
Yeah.
Like, and we were talking about this with like the body language, like with the body language experts. It's like it's crazy. Like when you look at certain things, it's very apparent,
Have
and
you-
like
have you
it's
read-
because that's we've evolved.
Have you read Joe Navarro's book on that?
No, but
I might have
you
plugged
told me
it
to think about it.
already.
I
It's
got
good.
2 links that I need to do.
Yeah, I know.
But
It's
yeah,
not that,
no,
it's
I
really
love that.
technical, so you don't, you can bust through it pretty quick. It's
Well,
not-
I've already like I've gone through it. Like I can go through like technical stuff actually. Like I have like a bit of autism that I can do that as long as like I can properly like associate what I'm thinking about. But
This is exactly that. Yeah, he makes
yeah.
it very easy to read. And even, yeah, I've actually not even read the whole thing. I was like, man, this is pretty cool.
I just like I notice a lot about like DB talks about like how he like looks at like he can't ignore things, and I mean I have ADHD whatever, but like I like when I process things I'm more auditory, but when I think about them I'm pretty visual. I don't talk to myself in my own head. It's
So
I don't do that
really?
like but yeah, I don't
when I
well I mean
think
like
about
I
them-
can force myself
sorry.
to like say a sentence. Like I can do it, but I don't see the
Right.
point. Like
Right,
I like
I have
everything
like
else is so
fucking-
illicit.
like legit, I have like at any one point like a fucking 1,000 different shit going on in my head.
That terrifies me.
Yeah, well, it actually makes me catatonic sometimes. It legit
Well,
does. Like I
yeah,
fucking
well,
shit
yeah.
gets too heavy. Shit gets too heavy, and like fucking my brain just goes into like fucking analyze mode, where like
And
I have to go through everything, and I mean everything. Like fucking, I have to go through everything. Like fucking people's interactions, fucking like how I reacted, fucking the environment, the fucking temperature. Like
yeah,
fucking.
when you do that though, 404, do people tell you you're staring through everything?
No, they think I'm angry.
Oh, wait.
So I have resting bitch face.
Yeah, well, same, but do you when I do that, my eyes like well, if you were to look at somebody, like if you knew like body language, like
I
I mean,
very
my
little
eyes
body
lock down in,
language.
well, my eyes lock down in the middle, and I stare through whatever I'm doing because I'm thinking, and like, but I'm still staring at stuff, so I'll end up staring
Well,
at people doing whatever. But like,
yeah, and you're just staring straight through them, right?
yeah, exactly. I don't see
You're not
anything
actually
because I'm too
looking at
much in my
them.
own head. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying. Stare through everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that very intensely, but I don't. It's only auditory when it's music. Like I can bring back like a lot of like lyrics and music and a bunch of different stuff, but I don't talk to myself with my own voice because
I don't
it seems
retain
weird.
shit. I don't retain any of that. Like
Oh,
for real, like I'm a man of
Gotta
action.
read
I'm a man of
everything.
action.
Or just do everything. I can
well,
feel you on that.
I have a reading
Oh, yeah,
disorder, but I
no,
have an
Flo.
above.
Flair, 100%. Like I'm a man of action. Like I know that sounds cringe, but it's true. Like fucking, I assess the situation, and then I fucking take action. Like it's always the way I've been. Like fucking, like how most people like
I
and
put your screen
naturally
up on
and
the
right
stream fed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
and,
Sorry.
and rightly
Make-
so, and rightly
you're
so.
good.
I'm gonna die
Like
a lot.
fucking most people have like fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fight or fight. Like I literally am, because the difference between the two, like, is that it's fight if I'm getting punched, because getting punched.
Yeah.
The second fight is assessing the situation and working out how I can fuck up that cunt.
Yeah, I got
Like,
you.
It's when I'm actually angry.
So,
like,
you know who Forrest Griffin is?
no.
He's a UFC fighter, and he's got a really interesting fighting style. He's not super great, but he was able to win, like, the Ultimate Fighter, because he was in a fight. I can't remember if he won or lost that fight, but the fight was so good that they gave them both contracts, and it was like the finals or whatever. Yeah, so he's just a brawler, but he wrote a book, and in his book,
I guess I'm a brawler. Like
in
that
his
might be a
book,
good way
he
to put it.
talks about, or it's like, I think a quote from somebody else where they're talking about the fight or flight switch, and they say that he just has no switch. Like
there's no switch.
He's like in limbo constantly, and like they
It's
told
how
a
you
story
define
about
the
how
fight.
one time there was this guy like staying in their apartment or something, and they wanted him to leave, and he wouldn't leave, and he just went up to him and he put a lighter. He put a lighter under his forearm, and he didn't stop until the guy started to leave, and his forearm was on fire, dude. It's crazy.
Dude,
I'm trying to find out what his book was called.
Have you boys ever played the cigarette game?
There was one time, my best friend told me, you're gonna stop smoking cigarettes, and I put one out on my left, like, the opposite side of your elbow, like,
Dude,
where it like folds in on your bicep side.
I always put out fucking smokes. Like when I've got smokes, I always put them out on my palm.
Mm.
And like, I get so many fucking assholes like, oh, you just try to look hard. It's like, no, it's just practical. Like,
Well, I did it as a promise. I told him when that's gone, I won't smoke a cigarette before then, and I've never smoked another cigarette. So I cold turkeyed it one time because I told him I'd do it, and that was the best way I could articulate that I was gonna do it. Because like he's my best friend. I like when I have like people that I consider my best friends, whatnot. Like I have friends
Like
like
me?
yeah. I mean, like I love like hey man, 4-4. I got a lot of love for you, dude.
Love you,
Like
bro.
so yeah. I have friends and like I mean I'd say I got good love for friends, but like my best friends, like I'll go to bat, like I'll do a lot for you. And he was
Oh.
like, yeah, you're gonna stop smoking cigarettes. And I told him I'm gonna stop smoking cigarettes. And I put it out on my arm, and that was it. And like I haven't smoked a cigarette since then. I mean,
I'm not joking. Like, I smoke rollies, like fucking, roll up cigarettes.
mhm.
But generally speaking, I put them out in the palm of my hand because I've worked out
It's
a
a
way
baller
that
move.
no, it doesn't burn as much as people think it does. Like, or
And like
maybe
the
I've
literal
just got a
palm,
higher
or it's
pain tolerance. Like, I don't know. Like,
the callus
I don't
portion
even
of your
like.
palm, right? Or is it like,
Well, I don't have a callus. No.
oh, I got callus
I-
hands, man.
I'm,
I
I'm,
got
I'm,
working
I
man hands.
I don't have working man hands. I'm a white collar as fuck. Like, but
I climb ladders. I do shit.
I do it for convenience. To be honest, like
Ah,
I can put up with the pain if I have a place to throw it out. Like,
the chase.
yeah, like fucking. It shits me though because like I dress like an edgy boy.
Ah,
I'm
I
not
got
gonna
caught so
fucking
much.
lie. Like fucking, I walk around in a trench coat and shit. Like fucking
Yeah, I
doing
gotta
that
make it
is.
out to Vegas. I don't know if I'm gonna let you wear the fucking.
Oh,
Don't
we're
wear the
doing.
trench coat
We're
in
doing.
Vegas.
I'm going to.
Just don't. Why?
No, what? Don't why.
It's weird. It's weird.
That's the best thing about it, brother.
I'll get you some like a man like if I have to, I'll like save up for like a cowboy get up. I'll get you some jeans and some fucking like a
No, fuck
blazer.
cowboys. Cowboys are gay, as per the many movies of gay cowboys.
404.
Do you see a gay drover movie? No, you don't, because it doesn't happen.
Do you
Drovers
know
are Australian
cowboys?
cowboys.
Do you know
Drovers.
cowboys?
No, I know Australian drovers,
I know
which are.
cowboys. Those okay, 404. I got a neighbor who got gored by a bull. He's a bullfighter. Got gored by a bull. Said, "Meh, all right." Became a plastic
Bro,
surgeon.
let's.
Just switched
Actually, that's
Yeah,
pretty cool. Yeah.
it's fucking metal as shit. Gave his
That is
wife her
pretty
giant
metal.
tits. Happened.
I,
That's
I
one of
was
my.
gonna throw out. I was gonna
Yeah.
throw out like a fucking counter argument. No, you fucked me.
No, Eagle Scout. Eagle Scout, really good friend.
Eagle Scout.
Really good friend. He was an Eagle Scout, same troop with me and everything. One like I literally lived like a street down from him. Yeah,
I'm an
but
Eagle
like,
Scout.
yeah, put the fucking right on, brother. I got respect for that. Yeah, no, I mean like,
Australia has Boy Scouts.
Fuck yeah, we do. They're not called Boy Scouts. They're just called Scouts. And
Scouts.
ladies usually drop out.
So
not called
you got
dropouts.
the eagle level of Scout there in Australia,
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
dude. There's got to be a correlation with like high autism and Eagle Scouts. You two are just the most autistic I know, and
Am I autistic? I don't know if I'm
Brother,
autistic. Like
every
I'm
loser
it's
I
channeled.
know-
It's channeled and
Maybe.
focused, which is like a good power to have.
No, that's how you deal with autism. But every fucking autist I know, like fucking I grew up with, we all did like fucking. We went right through Scouts.
Oh yeah.
Men or women. Like in Australia, like fucking Scouts
Hey.
doesn't mean boys. Like fucking.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, it's more egregious to me that like the Boy Scouts of America got fucking infiltrated.
True.
But that's a subject for a different time. But in Australia, like fucking, generally speaking, like fucking, we have what are they called? Oh fuck. There's a girl version. There's a
Girl
girl
Scouts.
version.
Girl Scouts.
Scouts.
Yeah.
That's what's called in the States.
Well, it is too. Like it is here too. I'm pretty sure.
Well, you
but
didn't know what to call it, so that's what it's called here. I think,
Yeah.
right?
it kind of came across as too obvious. But
Fair.
but
Sorry.
they end up working into the same group. So like Eagle Scouts, like like when you go for like fucking full on camps, it's pretty much a fuck fest.
Mm.
Like you got a whole bunch of fucking hormonal teenagers. Like fucking.
That
Oh,
was lacrosse
what a
for us.
surprise!
Probably not now
Right.
though. Maybe I don't know how old you are, but that seems like an old-fashioned kind of thing.
35.
Yeah, I don't. That probably did not happen after like 2005. I would say is when like technology
It might have happened
started
after
getting all weird.
2005.
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah, I just mean it probably wasn't.
Jamboree!
Like I wonder.
Jamboree.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
that was the word I was looking for. Like fucking, in mass camp, like fucking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
jamboree.
The National Jamboree. We did that.
Yeah,
That's where I
yeah,
met.
yeah, yeah.
That was the first time I saw George Bush. We had
Yeah,
there was a guy named
Jamboree, boys.
there was a guy named
Fan,
Starsky,
fan.
and he
That's
fucking
the first time I saw Bush.
wait,
You
what?
guys are
Really?
Bush Bros.
Was it in
In Jamboree, like fucking, that was the first time I saw Bush. Like fucking.
Oh,
That's
well,
when I
you're
got my
talking
first
about
movie.
Bush. I'm talking about the president, you cunt.
Well,
Motherfucker.
Bush was a president, so fucking.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck off. Yeah, you got
You
me.
did, bro.
Absolute
I bit hard
prick.
on that.
I got it, Flo.
Yeah, no, I get weird about it because I had a buddy named Starsky, and he got
What, Hutch wasn't a part of your crew?
well, he got yeah, no, he's not. But he got in a so Bush put us on a death march. He put us out in like 120-degree weather, and we death marched to go see him, and they had to they literally brought out like hoses and stuff. They were like hosing people down, and Starsky overheated. He went to the hospital for heat exhaustion, and then at the
Bro,
hospital.
I'm pretty sure when Bush was fucking president, he actually fucking had effect on like the Scouts of Australia.
I bet he went out and talked to us, but Starsky didn't make it. He fucking collapsed. He had heat exhaustion. He got taken off to the
Why
hospital.
the fuck would they do that?
Well, they did a death march, and I think it was Texas still. I don't remember exactly where it was, but Starsky, like, he went off to the hospital, and then they put a whole bunch of ice bags on him. He got pneumonia. He missed the entire trip. He was there for the first day,
Brutal.
and then he got wrecked. Like he went for a heat stroke,
Why would
and
they
then
do that before you're supposed to meet the president, though? guys
they
would look like
weren't planning on
trash.
it being that hot, and
Well,
they did a
Oh,
death
gotcha.
march, and like it happens.
Well, you keep
Yeah,
saying death
even if it's
march
5
like that's
miles.
a normal. What is it?
Well, no, it's not a normal thing. It wasn't supposed to
Well,
be called that, but it was
death
like a
Death march is actually more colonized between shit like air cadets.
well.
You
So
have to wear like an 80-kilo pack. I don't know what that is in fucking
yeah,
shit units.
it's like
And you gotta, like walk
100
for fucking like fucking over like fucking 10 fucking kilometers.
Well,
These heavy
again,
ass packs.
Yeah, we were kids though, and like it was the end of the day. Like we'd been out in the sun all day, and we weren't eating necessarily properly because it wasn't like our diet we at least used to, because we had to eat whatever we were gonna eat at the camp, and
Right.
then there was no like showers or anything that you were like gonna like cool off with like regularly.
guys
Like
hunt?
it was like one at the end of yeah. Well, we did that when we did high adventure stuff.
And I
and,
don't mean
like-
snipe hunt. I mean actual hunt.
No, I mean, we did the snipe hunt as like a bit, but like I
'Cause
blew the head
everyone
off a
has to do
fucking
the snipe
turkey.
hunt.
Yeah, well, I killed the turkey with an addle and a bow. But
fucking
I had a buddy that,
Atlatl? Holy shit!
yeah, I had a friend who
That's
fucking
actually-
murdered one
Yeah,
with the shotgun.
that's
That was
some
impressive.
pro shit.
Yeah, well, I have like so I have an advantage though. Like the way that your arm articulates, like you understand how that works, right? Like and then the addle gives you like what, like 2.5 feet extra on that.
Does-
Well, sure.
Well, essentially, it's like a back scratcher that you like kind of like hold on to. And you, like, yeah. So, but I play lacrosse. I understand how your arm
Ah.
articulates 2 feet away from
Yeah.
itself. I
Yeah,
know
for
how
real.
that is. Like I understand. Like I
I-
have the phantom ability to understand that, and like
No, not gonna lie, I'm a little annoyed that fucking lacrosse never made it to Australia because that game seems fun. It's
well,
like
it's
it's
like
like foot fucking
what's the sixth arm? Is it Shiva, the one that's like sixth armed god?
Yes, it is. Yes.
I tend to be that because like I usually catch stuff like even with my left arm because you have to learn how to
Right.
catch stuff with the opposite hand for
Right.
lacrosse to be
What-
proper. But like 6 feet, if you think about like the way that your body does things,
Say
I
you're a
play
goalie.
defense and I catch things that are even further than that with the lacrosse stick, and like people are like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, no, it just happens. Like it's reflex. Like it's
It
amazing.
is what it is. Yeah.
And
Like,
it shreds
dude,
your
like
back.
fucking.
The muscle groups are
I
amazing.
grew up like playing fucking ice in grass hockey. Yeah, like
Oh,
I
I
was a
played
goalie.
rink hockey
I was a
too.
goalie, like as well. Like, yeah, I beat you like
Ooh.
a cock or two. But fucking, I legit, man. Like, I was goalie for both grass and fucking ice hockey. And mate, literally, actually, nothing got past me. Like, I
Perfect
have
record,
100%.
undefeated.
Yes.
Could you catch a hockey puck clear
With
over
his
those
teeth.
No,
mountains?
do you know what fucked me? I got hit.
Napoleon Dynamite.
I got hit in the cup. You know, the bowl shield.
Bullshit.
I got hit.
Yes, that
Yeah,
thing.
I got hit in the cup, and it split and then closed back around like my sack.
No.
Whoa!
No.
So, needless to say, I fucking dropped like any red-blooded man will.
Yeah, we had a goalie
Like-
named Brick, and he played lacrosse, and he had a metal plate in his cup, and it got split, and it was the
Yep.
most fucked thing ever.
It's fucked,
like,
dude.
I got pegged in nuts one time for not wearing a cup, and never again. Like I've never been dropped so hard, and then like I've never
That's why Fed doesn't have kids. Like,
I mean, like, I was so like hyped on adrenaline. Like, I hit, and then like I hit my like hands, elbows, and like rolled for a second, and then I hopped off my back. But I like as far as hits go, like I've had some of the most brutal hits that you can actually. I
Bro.
won't claim the worst. I have a friend who got they had to
Are we
like bring out
talking hockey?
ambulances after.
are we
Well,
talking hockey?
hockey lacrosse. Like,
Oh, fuck,
I had a
yeah,
friend who
sorry, I
got
forgot about
he
lacrosse.
got checked in the neck. He got hit in Adam's apple with a lacrosse stick, and it closed
Ooh.
his windpipe.
That would have
And
fucked
it
him up.
literally like
Yeah.
he got hit in the neck to the point where they like you don't get to
Couldn't
play in
breathe.
this league anymore. They literally like threw the player out.
Yeah,
And
because
for
your
the rest of
oxygen
the league-
shaft is actually
Yeah.
like pretty sensitive. Like fucking,
Well,
if you
d- it-
fucking
it's hard to uncollapse it, and like
correct. No, you
for the
can't.
rest of the season in
It's
as
not
far
hard,
as
you
Texas
can't.
go. I mean, they did it. It was collapse. Like
Oh.
they ended up having an EMS on every field in Texas for the rest of the season, and there was one other player who died. He got hit in the heart with a shot. Like he was a goalie, and somebody
Pucks-
shot the ball, hit him in the
Pucks are
heart.
hectic.
Well,
Like pucks for real are fucking hectic.
so
like,
like the brutal
Those
part of like
motherfuckers, like
yeah.
they spin. They're fucking.
Well,
quick.
it wasn't a puck. It's a
Yeah.
lacrosse ball, but it's got the
No.
similar properties that make it is just as fucked as a puck. Because the problem with a puck and the problem with lacrosse stick is the puck is about your arm extension is about 3 feet off the ground, right? It's like
Yeah.
2.5, it's somewhere in there. It's because you get an extra extension that gives you the leverage, and it's not a natural like movement. It gives you an extra joint that you could use in your wrist properly. And when you actually like articulate that properly, if everything resonates properly, the physics of that is fucked. We had a guy that was a D stick, like a defender stick. It's a 6-foot stick. He's like he plays like a defensive most of the time. He's not like yeah, well that's what I did too. Like I was a defender because we were bigger and like we could still run fast, but like 6 foot, I got like 200
bro,
pounds on me. I'm gonna run over
I'm
people.
6'3". I'm
Just
6'3".
fucking bully 'em.
When I
Like,
I'm
played
not as big as
football-
you are. Yeah, for sure.
Professional
But what-
soccer players are huge like that. They're just really, really fast too.
Are you talking?
Well, that's the thing,
soccer
is
as in
they're
one
all
ball?
off-
Hang on, Fed.
Sure.
Flo, when you say soccer, do you mean fucking wog ball or actually like egg ball?
I think
Soccer.
Wog
Soccer is football. Soccer is football.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so-
do the research. I mean, I call it soccer
No,
because
we-
that's
we
what I like
only
to call it,
address-
but
we-
apparently
it's a-
we call it
history
differently.
is on my
Yeah,
side.
yeah. Well, 404, it's a square rectangle. Every time we call something soccer, it can only be a square. It's football as far as you're concerned, because football could be the throw the egg ball or kick the
because
circular ball.
Vadal- It's actually because Vadal, I need to make the stipulation. Like,
Well, but specifically, it's a square a square rectangle
soccer
argument,
to me
right?
is the fucking round ass ball that you can like fucking peg at people's
Football.
faces.
Yeah, but it's a square
Stop
rectangle
playing
argument,
games for
right?
this one.
Hey man, if you're good, you can fuck cunts up.
Well, I'm
Anyways,
just
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's a square rectangle, like it's
Like Premier League
it's
soccer
intuitive when
players
we
are
can only
fucking
say
huge.
soccer and it be soccer or football, like English football. It can only be
God
that.
Like
Well,
the league
there's
is
no- there's
called
no disambiguation. There's no
Major
other
League
thing that's called
Like,
soccer.
what are we supposed to call it? If we call it football,
okay,
everybody's
exactly.
gonna think that we're
Okay,
talking
okay.
about football.
Flo, follow me on this one.
Football is
If
the
we're
devil.
American and we call something soccer, it's a square, because a square is defined by it being 4 90-degree angles, correct?
Yeah.
It's 4 90-degree like
Rectangles are
equilateral
not
length
squares.
angles. They're all of the sides are the same length,
I see what
and
you're
so
saying.
it necessarily makes a square. Now, when you in Europe, if you say football, you could mean American football. So you've defined yourself as a rectangle the same way we did with soccer. So to back it up a little bit, in America, if you said, "Oh, we're playing soccer," you'd say, "Okay, this could be a square or a rectangle." But if you say, "Okay, we have to really define this," it would be a square, because it is the more defined out of the two. A rectangle is all 90 degrees, but it has the lengths are usually
longer
than the
sides.
widths. Yes, exactly. And then when you look at football and you go to the England, if you say, "Okay,
Football.
is this football?" and they're like, "It's soccer," you can only point it towards square. There is no rectangular argument, because it doesn't exist over there. It must be interpreted as square.
Liberal
it doesn't exist.
Australian
I will-
destroyed with facts and logic. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Well, but it doesn't exist in that
No, let him
context.
talk.
I agree that it's wrong. They call it something different, and necessarily it is wrong in their cultural context. But it is a square rectangle argument. It must be interpreted as such.
As much as I hate this argument, and I know Adol
It's
will
true.
appreciate this,
You always have to use
is
it.
that realistically it is called football.
Mhm.
But in Australia,
But if
as
you hear
boys were
soccer-
talking about before, like fucking, you got rugby, you got fucking league, like you got AFL, like fucking football is an egg ball, like in Australia, like fucking. There ain't no fucking placation bullshit.
But the
here.
shapes, like a rectangle can't be a square, but a square can be a rectangle. So the square is the easier one to define.
No,
Yeah, great,
a
actually,
rectangle
yeah.
would be a square,
Or
but
vice
yeah,
versa,
rectangle is
whatever.
not always a square. That's the problem. It has a possibility of being.
But
such,
anyways,
No.
no, that's empirically true.
Fed,
It's
you're
absolutely-
a square.
Well, I mean, you're not squared off, so you're at
Oh.
your angles are all up. You're being too obtuse.
I'm being
Your
obtuse.
your angles are not defined, bitch. I agree that this is a cute ploy that you're
Cute
putting
little
out, but
angle.
it's not that good.
Geometry chat, bitch.
I know too much geometry. That's not even fair.
Oh, me
Yeah,
too.
no. Oh, I know. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you got to pick up on my angular discussion. I'm glad that this was centered around your beliefs.
God, I can't think of.
I'm glad we got to
anything.
zero that one out.
Fuck you. I hate
Alright.
math.
Hi, engineers.
Get
When they got
working.
to the physics questions, I was like, man, like I'm not the best at physics. Like
Whoa.
but applied physics, when you start to go to like the applications, like I think that's honestly like the
This
one
is why
weird
you're
thing that I
so.
would say about DP.
This is why
He
you're
hates
so
applying
infatuated.
things.
You're so
Just
But
infatuated
I
with
love
all the
applying
foils.
things. Applying
just
things is
quickly, boys. Just quickly, boys. I have at least 4 nuclear physicists follow me wherever I go.
On
Dude,
Twitter?
I actually talked
Like-
to my sister. Wait, so like this was crazy. Like I
Yeah,
finally
Fed,
sure,
let him flow talk. It's his show.
Sure.
Like, yeah,
No, I meant they follow you on Twitter or
everywhere.
like they gang
Everywhere.
stalk
always they're protons, neutrons.
Yeah, like I'm the
You're a
nucleus,
covalent bond. How does this work?
yeah, like for real. Like fucking these motherfuckers. Like they found me like many times, and I'm like, lol, you'll never find me. Like, no, but those cunts work it out pretty quick.
So it sounds like gang stalking to me.
I love it. I love it when it comes to actually talented people that know their shit. Like that is
Well,
so
oh.
good. It is
So
so
I
good.
I
Yeah,
actually have
like-
I
Because
can't I
they
can't.
correct me. I'll get emails. They're like,
Oh.
yeah, mostly you're right, but there's one little tiny point you need to be corrected on. And I actually love it. I do. I love it. Like I
Oh yeah, like I love it when the
Weird
articles
flex,
come up
bro.
and we talk about them. Physical articles never come up, and like I'm not I don't have a PhD in physics, nothing like that. But like when like any of that comes up, like when it comes to like applying these things and like when it the problem I really harp on the critical portion of it because like that's the portion that I really need to like look into because the fantastic portion, I don't know if it's because I love sci-fi or what, but like my mind runs with the sci-fi, the imagined possibilities of something. Like I can
nothing
do
wrong with
those.
my
Like
How
God.
many laps will he take?
dude, I come up with so many like. But that's the thing is like I actually come up with like a bunch of processes and now
Oh,
like
360.
ways that are like our company hasn't used to like I did it and they're like okay write it down somewhere because this shit doesn't make sense to me. But I actually talked to my sister the other day and I'm not gonna dox her or anything like that, but she's really smart in
Her
her
name
field.
is Jane.
No.
Yes.
Interesting pick. It's not my sister, but that is an interesting pick. There's a couple other names that would be associated with that closely and it might describe another family member. But my sister like so I told her that like I dick around and do like a ghost podcast and whatnot, and I told her like I'm never gonna tell her what the thing is until it's like really good or something like that. But I've completely dissociated all of my stuff to a decent degree. Like I've told people that I'm in Houston, Texas. Like I'm not afraid of that necessarily. I've said that in, like on plenty of things, but I've never like given out like
And
my
by the way,
identity
both
also.
of you better be in Las Vegas in May next year.
I'm pretty sure I can swing
Nah,
that.
boys.
Well, I gotta
boys,
get like I
we
gotta
need
get
to
a
hang
solid
out.
day
We
to
need to
do
hang
it,
out.
so I
We
need
need
the
to hang
solid
out.
day.
He's a fucking
but
fed.
yeah.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, well, no, I appreciate him. But one of the weirdest things is like I finally told like my sister. I was like, oh yeah, I do like, a couple things and like I do this, that, and the other, and she was like, oh yeah, like well she actually came to me first, and I was like, yeah, I do a couple of these things, but she has her name associated with her account, which is weird. But she gets like for what she does, she gets like military clearance and a bunch of crazy other things because she does her thing and she does it well, and it's brutal. But she was gonna go on a podcast, and I was like, I mean, like how bad could it be? Like what's the reach of this sort of thing? And she was like, oh yeah, like this guy at the New York Times I know, and like I went over for lunch and a couple things, and I realized like I looked at like my sister's actual Twitter, and like she has a couple people that have like 6 million, 10 million, 14 million follows, and you're like, oh no, she's got opinions and she does things in the way that she analytically looks at things. When I look at her and I'm like, I don't know, I don't necessarily trust her opinion on everything. She looks at numbers very critically, and I think she's brilliant. Like I can't even predict what she's gonna do with a lot of her numbers
You're making me hard. Stop it.
in the system. and like it's hard sometimes. Like she actually like there's a lot of
It's
times
definitely
there's a lot
hard
of times where I
sometimes.
can pick it out and I'm like, ah, I see what you're doing. But when it comes to like companies and a couple other things like that, I can't beat her. She
Like,
has like
bro,
she has a brutal system that she just
I
she sees.
I'm a financial auditor. You know, like fucking. I'm happy to say that because I'm moving on. But man, like fucking, I love that shit. Like fucking, if if people do shit right,
like
my job is like
you're like Ben Affleck in
ridiculously
that
easy.
movie.
If she were to do something like what you're doing,
No
she
idea
might
what
have
you're
been
talking about.
fired for it. If she might do something like what you're doing, she might have been fired from 3 companies for understanding everything about their books to the point where she wasn't able to know
Yeah,
that
you can't
information,
do cold
and she
numbers.
got fired
Yeah.
for pointing out the fact that they were embezzling in 3 different companies. Got fired and hired in higher
Holy
ones and
shit.
got more military
Wanna know
access
something
for it.
fun? Want to know something
That
fun?
might be the situation.
My last role before this one, I found out the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer, was embezzling money. He thought that people in my job were just like some fucking trained monkeys.
Mm.
Turns out,
So I thought about my sister too. She's really autistic. Yeah.
bro, I'm like, I kind of think I am like, but
Oh yeah, dude, it worries me. My sister worries me straight up and down.
wait, Sismos are great. But for real, like fucking, I was like, what the fuck? We're missing like I think it was $2,300. Actually, it was 2,300, 2,336. Um, and like legit, like fucking, I got this CFO fired, like this fucking Arab motherfucker, fucking, because he was embezzling money.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
'Cause from my hotel, what? Oh yeah, by the way, Flo, I work at a hotel. I might as well dox myself now. From my hotel, 23 fucking 66 is a fucking big variance.
yeah.
It is. It's huge. You know, that's
Well, yeah. It's all
7 rooms.
relative.
It's
Well,
7
let's see.
rooms on
Four.
discount. It's 7
Four.
rooms on discount.
I've been I always talk to my sister. Like she's I think you think she's autistic. I don't necessarily know, but I have a good feeling that she is. She spelled out math when like this macaroni arts that you made as a child.
Yeah, I
She
remember
spelled out
this.
math
I
in
remember you telling me
macaroni.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. But she when she got fired
Macaroni.
when she got fired from her second company, the person that she found out that was embezzling stuff in one paycheck, they embezzled $4.5 million.
Oh,
Yeah, like see corruption on that level,
From
people
the
don't
government.
realize. Yeah, people don't realize. I mean, it's just
That's
She got
that's
a
why it's so
huge
easy to like.
severance.
That's why it's
The
like
severance
easy to
for that
use.
thing where you're like,
Right.
oh, don't talk about this, get out of here, is insane. She
Like,
got a big goddamn thing.
the guy that was like our general manager, he's known as very crooked amongst other properties. I actually personally saved them like over like I think it was about 6 months. I saved him like fucking over 30 grand. And that was purely by what's it called? Commissions. Like from like, Agoda and fucking booking.com and all that stuff. By the way, anyone if they're listening, fucking don't ever fucking use those websites. Ever. Like they mark up the price. Like, yeah, they might have good deals, but majority of the time it's like fucking bollocks. You're better off working your way through the actual fucking website of the hotel you want to stay at. And more than likely you'll get an upgrade because dickhead sites like booking.com and Agoda like fill up the rest and then overfill it.
For real quick, Joe Smo asked in that chat, so she would be really good at look at crime stat numbers. Yeah, she's she's called it a couple things that she didn't necessarily believe in. She lives in like a more liberal part of the state that I live in, and it's caused a bit of dissonance. And I've talked to her about it, but
Joe
she's
Smoke,
yeah.
Joe Smoke,
Yeah, he's in the chat,
given
yeah.
my work, I'm pretty sure I'd actually have a decent fucking take on it. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
well, I agree,
90% of my job, 90% of my job is fucking like analyzing statistics and fucking all this shit. Yeah, like
I hate statistics.
I hate it.
I love
hate
my
it.
one of my favorite quotes is "There's lies, damn lies, and statistics."
Yep. That's a very good quote. Who was that?
I don't know who did it, but they're fucking right. I hate them. They fuck everyone. As soon as you're trying to like have like an objective take on something, statistics fuck you almost every time.
Bro, you know the only time I hate statistics is when fucking wigs fucking enter shit in wrong. Because
But
like
it happens so
we got
often.
like
They
all these
change.
we've got all these fucking like forms that make shit easy. Yeah, and I mean easy, like it's just a literal number. And people still fuck it up. They still fuck it up. Every time. You know, like fucking and then like I have to go like that awkward back and forth, like, oh fucking hey guys, remember like I hate like I like working for corporate shit, but I hate like corporate culture. You know what I mean? Like you have to be like
Yeah.
overly positive and all I want is
You hate the
information.
norms.
All I want is information though. You know, like I just want to know, like it doesn't fit at all. Like it just doesn't fit, bro.
No, jump, jump, jump. Oh,
Like, you can't just say, hey, next time, want to try not fucking this up?
You can, but you can only do that once.
One
And
good time.
and the problem is that these assholes are like, ooh, this guy's like coming after me, and it's like, no, I'm not. Like, I literally have to do this. This is my fucking job, and I answer to people far higher than you. You know, like they don't get it. They really don't get it. Like even like this dickhead fucking douchemobile fucking executive chef that just started at my work. Like fucking he's acting like he's like king shit. It's like, bro, guess what? You might be an executive chef, but you're still shit. You know, like I hate to say it too, because I bet that boy worked hard to be where he is. I really do. It's just unfortunately he doesn't control the shit that he thinks he does. I do. Like, no. Like fucking so I've got to leave it. I'm leaving this job. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I was
fucking
gonna
over
say
it.
that people like that thrive in a corporate environment.
Yeah,
Yes,
like well
man.
for me, like I
It's like
I
a
don't know if
fake
you
it
heard
till you
earlier,
make it
Flo.
kind of thing.
Yeah, but I don't know if you heard it earlier, Flo. Like fucking I literally quit my job because I'm tired of fucking cunts like that. You know, like I'm over it. Like fucking they think they know well, guess what? Let's see how long you last when I don't fucking cover your ass. You know, like
Right. And people,
like
shit, what was I just gonna say? Oh, well, just, it's not really important what you do. It's more important how you feel about what you do. But also, yeah. Fuck, I can't remember. But anyways,
Understand-
those
the way I
environments
felt
are
about
not,
my
like,
job.
conducive
understand
to
what
way
you
I
are
felt
and
about my
resonate
job.
with you, what you do.
The way I felt about my job was that I'm working in the best interest of my stupid ass company. And then to be like fucking BTFO'd by low level fuckwits that think they're fucking higher station than they are.
Could you even imagine going to HR with, like, a complaint? Like, that doesn't compute with me.
I did it once.
I mean, like, unless it's really egregious, though, you know?
Okay, well, story time 404 fucking I actually did with the previous general manager. And that was because his best friend in front of house, like, she was a fucking piece of shit. Like, actual piece of shit. Like, that bitch used to fucking, like, you know, like the whole, like, fucking, like, how girls don't get along with each other shit,
Yeah.
True.
aka facts. Fucking, like, legit, like, fucking, she kind of almost made this girl kill herself.
Oh, fucked.
Isn't
And-
that like illegal in Australia? I know there's like a like obviously
It's
one
not
illegal.
shot.
something to
See
do.
ya.
It's illegal in
God
America
damn it!
as
I was
well.
so close. Sorry.
You
I was
fucked
on
yourself.
second.
You fucked yourself. Son.
No,
I don't.
It-
I.
it's
I was-
illegal in America as well. Like, you don't.
Because that
you
girl
don't do
did
that.
get convicted of it, right? It was a story a while ago about a girl and then a guy and then texting,
No.
suicide.
No, different case.
Different case. Like, the girl that I'm talking about, like, she, like, pretty much majority of the girls.
No,
or
not
majority
to
of
say that it was
people-
the same one, but like that would be a legal precedent to look at. I'll look it up real quick. But
A
anyways,
different
go ahead.
country. That's not a legal precedent. It doesn't.
Well, I mean,
doesn't carry.
you know, but
It
Yeah, it's
sucks, but yeah, it's
Australia
not.
maybe,
It's
but-
just not how it is.
Like,
It seems
but
like it would
yeah,
be,
well,
but
either
it's
way,
not.
either way, boys. Like, fucking, this chick actually, like, I'd never seen it like IRL. You know, like, fucking, she collected people to browbeat this girl. You know, like, fucking henpecker. Fucking, this girl, like, fucking, she almost committed suicide. She literally did. And then I reported my GM because they were besties. Like, this chick and fucking him. My stupid ass work, like, grasped that I fucking was the one that made the complaint. So,
It's fucked.
before COVID, shit was real fucking hard. Nowadays, it's kind of okay, but I'm still living, like, I'm just over it.
yeah. Well, that's the good thing about being skilled. You can do that. You can just leave if you want because, you know, your reputation's good enough or your work speaks for itself.
Well, man, my customer service is A+. Like, I know that sounds, like, could sound cringe to some cunts, but A+ fucking customer service, bro. Like, I honestly, like, it kind of almost boils down to, like, international fucking visitors. Because I'll ham up my fucking, like, you know, my accent and shit. Because I know people...
jack off your dick, sir?
Yeah.
It fucking ain't right.
Right away, sir.
Hey, mate.
Right
Hey,
away.
mate.
Right away.
Hey,
I'd like
mate.
to do that one over there.
Hey, mate, would you like some fucking included breakfast? Yeah, like,
Would you like to
No
step
shit.
into my van?
hey, we don't talk about the van. Hey, people join the van.
Keep that one
But, like,
on the low.
but for real, like, fucking, you know, like, I think it's fun. You know, like, fucking, it's just, I don't have a place anymore when it comes to my, like, work. Like, they renovated, they fucking did 5-star, and I don't fit into 5-star. I'm a fucking low-class cunt. Yeah, like, I like being a low-class cunt. You know, so...
Right on. Yeah, I can see that. You have to cuck that much more.
You can be more relaxed, you know, like... You can turn around
You
and,
know, you
like,
can
turn
dip
around
your
and, like,
balls
yes.
in some ice water, you know, it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. Fed does that every day.
That's the
Refreshing.
only way it exists. I'm from a different planet. My tiny little lungs are existing in my nutsack. I produce life
Nutsack?
and air in my
Your colon.
my lung shack.
Lung shack? What was that?
Lung shack.
Lung
Wait.
shack.
Lung shack.
I mean, as a normal human, I call that my ball sack. Thank you.
Lung shack. Okay.
Lung shack.
Sorry for mispronouncing the normal euphemism.
Oh, you're fucking up,
I
dude.
definitely. Yeah, no. There's so much of a dance. Like I'm.
You gotta parry. You gotta slide.
You can't parry him. He doesn't. He's not
Not,
parryable. I
well,
don't
yeah,
think.
no, not necessarily parry,
Pro
but you gotta
tip.
slide. Do you use
Pro
the
tip,
target lock
Fred.
on?
No, pro tip,
up?
Fed.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all in the hips.
It's all in the hips.
It's on the hips. It's all in the hips.
Sorry, I love the Witcher song.
Any,
I'm listening to
anyone
another
that
song
doesn't
and
like
then,
anyone that doesn't like fucking Happy Gilmore fucking gets the gas.
True.
Oh,
This is like one of the
so,
hardest bosses on like
What do you
we're
think-
getting up on like hardest difficulty.
What do you think about American politics? Do you give a shit about it? Is it popular for people in
I have to.
Australia to discuss?
No.
I have to. As in, I have to care about it.
Why is that?
Because usually presidents get my friends killed.
Well, I mean, you know.
To be honest, like, I was super happy. Like, the day I realized that Trump is the first fucking president in my lifetime that didn't start a war.
Yeah.
Like, and that,
I mean, that's
like,
that's
for
cool.
real.
That's a good thing. But do you know how many drone strikes that he's authorized? Not now. Like, I don't think Trump is like quote unquote authorizing drone strikes. What
don't
I
like
think
Trump,
he does
but it's
is
a
he
lot
lets
less
the
than-
military do what they think is best. But in
Well,
my
he should
opinion,
do.
I think what they think is best is shooting all of their missiles so they can justify buying more later. And drone strikes have an high 90% collateral damage casualty rate. So I just think it makes America look bad when we're blowing people the fuck up. Like, that was one of the things I was hoping with Trump would be different than Obama. I'm so grateful for all the ways he is different, but I thought there would be
By
less
the
drone
way,
strikes.
Flo, from a Southern Hemispherian perspective, he is different. Obama was fucked.
No, I know he's
like,
way different, and I'm happy that he is. I just thought.
Dude, he's black. Like, I don't give a fuck what color or fucking gender your fucking president is. As long as they don't start wars and kills my friends. Because a lot of my friends are actually fucking military. You know, and Australian military, like, fucking, we're like 90% of like fucking the intelligence.
It seems
side.
like you should focus on Irish politics then.
Are we talking real Irish?
No.
No.
Okay.
Yes. Like
Sorry,
Northern Ireland.
I'm not used to this. But yeah, like,
That's just the
Right.
fun one of the day, I guess.
Here's the look of the
bro,
Irish.
like, I'll tell you right now, like,
Go
small
away.
small hat politics isn't much of a thing here, if at all. Like, for real, like, it actually isn't. Like, and we're super aware of it. Like,
I
Australia
feel like a
isn't-
lot of anywhere in the world
I know
there's
we
people
talk
that
like
follow
assholes.
American
I
politics.
know we talk like assholes and shit post like motherfuckers, but we're not as dumb as you guys think we are.
Nobody thinks Australians are dumb.
Yeah, they do. Until they get into war with us and they're fucked. Like,
Oh
yeah,
shit!
like,
Now that's stupid. The U.S. would destroy
Nah.
anybody.
foot soldiers. Like,
Okay, let me look it up because, to my knowledge, the only person that has a larger
I'm not
army,
talking about
standing
numbers.
army
I'm
than
not
us.
talking about numbers. I'm not talking
Wait,
about numbers. I'm
Claudia,
talking about
Can I pull
attitude,
the
dude.
link? Can I
I'm
pull the
talking about
link to your
attitude.
channel?
What's
Like,
that?
add someone?
Like,
Can I
Flo.
pull the link to add someone to your Discord?
Yeah, you want me to paste it
Flo.
to you?
I was trying to send it to Mountain Walk. He's like
Yeah,
online,
bring
but I
Mountain
don't-
in.
Well, I was
Um,
like, hey,
Here, you see, I give
No,
you
but
one.
Flo, all right. We're,
Yeah, go ahead.
we're like, and Fed's gonna hate me saying this because I say it all the time when I'm pissed. Our army is the last standing army that uses bayonets.
okay, yeah, I do hate this argument.
See,
Yeah, and China trains on horseback, so.
Yes.
People use dumbass
Exactly.
outdated technology all the time.
No. No. We can
Yes.
shoot a horse. Like fucking, you're likely gonna get fucking stabbed. You know, when it comes to fucking bayonet, like a bayonet charge. And the reason we still use bayonet charge is psychological.
Sorry, one sec, Fed. Psychological,
for real.
okay.
For real,
Run
like
to the
we- no,
hills,
Fed, don't be apocalypse.
Run for your life.
Like, for real, Flo.
Anyways, let him talk about bayonets.
Sure.
No, for real, Flo. Like, it's
Soldier
about.
Blue in the barrel. Sorry.
I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you,
That was,
Fed.
that was the second part. Dude. That's it.
I will find somebody in a local town and hurt you, Fed. Um, but for real, man, like, it's about the psychological damage it causes. Yeah, like
A
we
fucking
have
bayonet?
like
I mean, we have
Yeah.
bayonets. They're usually like
No, you don't.
K-bar style.
it's
We also don't care
America's-
about somebody's psychology if we kill them.
From thousands of
Americans-
miles away in an air-conditioned room.
yeah, Americans use fucking drones with Xbox controls, where Australians are like on the front fucking line, and like we stab motherfuckers. We stab them.
Well, where were
Um,
you when there was that whole ISIS situation going on?
Oh, you mean like 90% of your fucking intelligence? You know,
How
we
could
were
you
there.
know that?
Like I said, majority of my friends are military.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
the
but that
reason
seems a
I'm
little
not is because
biased.
I got thrown through a fucking window, dude.
How could you even get 90% of our intelligence, like with just the?
No, because
resources?
that's actually our market.
Well, like even
like,
if
in
you did
Research,
a lot
research
more, there's
development,
just-
and fucking research development.
you could maybe
intelligence.
say 90% of the useful intelligence.
Well,
But,
okay, let's use that.
90%
Whatever.
of
Like,
the whole intelligence, that seems a little.
no, well, like we're allies, so you guys have the numbers, we have the fucking intelligence. You know, like fucking realistically, you guys can fucking either of us will be fucked against China. Just saying quickly. But
What were you gonna say? Realistically, we would do what to Australia?
well, actually, like even American soldiers that I've met here, like fucking through our cadets, like fucking, they're scared of Aussies.
So yeah, the M7 bayonet can be affixed to the end of an AR-15 style rifle.
But it's not standard. It's
Then
not standard.
The OK3S is the one that looks like a K-bar for the Marine Corps. But I mean,
I
yeah,
mean,
it's not
K-bar's
standard
sick.
because there's fucking laser
It's
sight
standard-
systems and shit.
It's still standard kit for Australian soldiers, like to this day. It is still standard kit. Yeah, like
I'm gonna be so happy when they decide to phase that out.
no,
It's
Nope.
gonna,
Nor.
it's gonna shatter
Nor.
your world.
no, it's
Oh no.
was gonna change in a bad way. Like realistically, I hate drones. I hate all that shit. If you're gonna have a fucking war, dig your trenches and fucking deal with it. You know, like, and we don't even dig trenches anymore yet. Like we've got like digger culture, like what they fucking call. But yeah, like you got like you boys need to like understand. Like obviously we're fucking like pretty heavy allies. So we have like different roles when it comes to like actual war.
You guys use the fucking bayonet that we designed.
Probably.
What are you talking
It's a fucking knife.
about?
We also probably
I'm trying to
use
see
like
when the
fucking
year-
guns that you guys divined.
What do
Yeah,
what
that's
do
the thing.
you what's your standard
Um,
rifle for Australia?
Steyr. And I'm pretty sure that's like
Steyer's
I
Australian
think it was
or Austrian.
Steyr. No, Steyr is Australian.
Oh, is it?
It's plastic. It's a plastic gun that can
Oh,
bend around
fucking!
corners.
You guys are bullpup cucks.
Yeah,
That's
Actually,
a good
yeah,
gun, though.
that's-
I mean, it's
it's a reliable gun.
it's stood the test of time and it shoots 5.56. So what more could you want?
So it's good. It's almost like an AK, but Western.
It sucks.
like-
5 guys' dicks. Agreed. It's almost like that, except it's gay as fuck.
Bullpup
Gay.
cucks. Yeah, at least you don't have like England's bullpup. I've heard that one is actually like has a lot of
It
issues.
jabs up. It jabs up all the fucking time. I've got a few English military friends as well.
That's what they.
And
That's
it
what
jabs
everybody
up all the
says.
fucking time.
Well, and then it
Yeah.
ejects the shells.
Yeah.
Like doesn't it eject them towards your
It
face
ejects
or
all shells.
straight
But
down
it
or
ejects
something?
all shells as well. Yeah, like actually,
God. It's just
yeah, dude, like it's a bad like what the English is like. Quite frankly, fuck them. They can go drink some tea and deal with it. But their guns, like, yeah, they eject the shells pretty much straight at your face, and there's a good chance that it's still got the fucking cap in it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, right.
It is.
Speaking of wonderful, I gotta piss. I'll be right back.
For sure, for sure. It's the SA-80. It looks so cool. Like you wish it worked well, but
Well, have you seen the
If
the
only
current
had an
version
H,
of the
it would
Steyr?
be the shady.
Current version of the
Shady,
Steyr,
that's
like
hilarious.
fucking, we got plastic clips. Like it's all plastic. Like it's fucking nuts, dude. Like you wouldn't think like a fucking plastic gun would be as effective as it is, but it fucking
yeah,
is. Like
I mean, but that's what ARs are. They're mostly plastic. I mean, the thing is plastic.
really?
Plastic doesn't rust. So if you get a plastic that's
that's why they
impact
make it out of
enough-
plastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
and then the standard AR-15 magazines are metal, but the more popular like higher grade ones they're all polymer. They're the Magpul magazines.
Well, see, like originally when we made these tires, like fucking, we had like obvious overheating problems, like when you're fucking in rapid fire, like fucking consistent rapid fire. I think I don't know if they renamed it or just redid it, like fucking. But the new tires, like, bro, those motherfuckers can literally like you can use them to like fucking look around corners. Like they're fucking insane, dude. Like. It's such a game changer, you know, like fucking, because every Western soldier at least has like fucking almost AR shit going on, and they have for a long time. But the Steyr, I'm pretty sure at that point in time, was the only gun that you could bend around a wall, 90 degrees and shoot. Like you could pop a motherfucker, like.
Yeah, wasn't there like a Demolition Ranch video where he does that? Does he like try and bend a barrel or something?
I don't know who that is.
He's a gun YouTuber. So on the screen I've got the Steyr on the left and the
Do they call them
SA-80.
triggers?
Triggers.
What up, my triggers?
Oy vey.
But yeah, it's
Alright. Okay.
That's
For
a pretty sexy gun where you got your mouse like that.
1 out of 100.
Yeah.
What are the
Oh.
odds that I'm gonna beat this boss in this chance?
0.
Okay. Good.
But yeah, like the Steyr,
We'll
like
see.
fucking. It's probably had the most fucking evolution when it comes to a weapon. Like you guys are like way too like set in your ways.
Nar.
well, they're already
guys are,
starting to think about
It's a
fucking up
two,
the
no.
the good M4 platform that we have with like all of this weird shit. I saw like
Oh,
a
for real?
review of the next 3 guns that they're gonna choose from to be the standard rifle. I think in like 5 or 10 years. One of them looked fucking awful because it had like this electronic feeding system, and then the other two
Oh.
just looked like beefed up
Wait,
M4.
We
do
tested
anything.
we tested and researched fucking electronic feeding systems, and they are fucking unreliable.
Yeah, I don't know
What
why
did
the fuck would you do that? Like you've
Wait,
got
what did
all
you
of
link
this
me?
energy.
Whoa. Read.
Bro, they're working
did
their
I
way
do?
towards fucking railguns.
What did you link me? Was it the right page?
Yeah, the Discord.
It tells you to join there? Is that the one that you could like send to other people?
It's in your DM. Yeah, that's the link.
Yeah, Mountain Walk said it doesn't do anything.
Fuck. Okay, here I'll just give you an invite.
I'm not gonna fuck you over, I swear. I do kick me instantly. Fuck me. Who cares? I'm second fiddle anyways, right?
Sorry, chat.
No.
I'm not paying attention to you. That's
Don't be like that.
it's Flo's job for now. I'm too drunk. Can't.
But yeah, that's the one that I have up on the fucking stream, so you'd think it would work. It says the server on it in your DMs, but I gave you a custom one.
Ooh, TY.
Let me see if I can find that video I was talking about with the next 3 rifles. We'll get the panel's take. You like guns, Fed? It's a pretty fed
I'm really bad with
question.
names, and like I'm really bad with technicality of names unless I do it a bunch. I don't know.
Oh, you
There's like
yeah,
shooting
if you
shotguns
got-
and rifles.
If you got into it, you would be.
Well, I'm
it's
a dead
very
ringer
easy
with
to get
shotguns.
into.
Well, I'm left eye dominant, but I'm right-handed. But I played lacrosse. Like you have to learn to play lacrosse right-handed and left-handed. So I can shoot left-handed, and like the last time I shot clays, I did 49 out of 50 with like an over/under at like I think it was 50 yards. It wasn't anything like spectacular, but like I like talked to the guy that I did it with, and he was like, "Yeah, you could probably shoot competition with that." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I could do that." But then there's like a bunch of other shit, and like
I'd like to do like a 3-gun competition. That would be fun. So this is actually just for the army, and it just says 6.8 millimeter next gen squad weapon. So this is probably like a special ops rifle or something.
Sorry, I really try not to hum.
Yeah, alright. It's not too bad initially.
I'm not whistling.
That's true. That would be horrible.
Yeah.
Are you fighting that
What
boss
is it
yet?
with you? Like, with all due
I'm gonna fight him
respect,
in a minute.
with
Yeah, I'll
all
listen
due
to the music.
respect, what is it with you, Frank, and Apocalypse?
No, I know
Like,
they've been seeing other weapons on the
Having
side
to
for
hum
years.
over people.
I don't.
Sing
I
over
don't
people.
hum to hum over people. I get like I'm really visual to the point where like I don't necessarily like
Can
when I
you
think of a setting.
appreciate? Can you appreciate? I'm fucking autistic as fuck, and if anyone's humming under somebody else who's trying to talk, it fucking drives me nuts.
Was Flo trying to talk at the same time?
He was earlier, yeah.
Oh, dude, I didn't even notice it. Don't worry. I'll let him
No, he
know.
didn't. But I did.
I like
He didn't, but I did. That's
like
my
I
point,
internalize
like,
a portion of it, and I try and stop myself from doing it. But like the same way that you hear like a
Instead of
cacophony of
this.
sounds, and you like you have that, and you like try and pick out one of them.
I just
I
want
can
to hear
understand-
what people have to say. Like,
Well, I'm not trying to do it to like edge you out. Like I like when I like have like a very binary way of thinking, and like a lot of it is in music, and a lot of it is in like actual like sight, and like I focus on one of them, and when I start to do that, not only does my language change, I'll say like I literally change from it sounds like this is what you were saying. I literally like use like communication, like contextualization. Like I literally like say like, oh yeah, this is what it sounds like you're saying. And then whenever I'm trying to point something out to somebody, I literally
He's
again, I switch it.
auditoristic.
But I switch, and I say it looks like this is what you're doing. It doesn't seem to me like this is the case. Like I look at things like, and I look through things, and when I'm doing either or, I actually like exemplify it really hard. But I never really sit in the balance where it's like, oh yeah, I shouldn't hum, I shouldn't do these things. Like I sit in one of these like kind of like extremes.
You're
And,
doing
like,
good,
I, like-
dude. I know you didn't even notice it the first time, and then like yeah,
I
you
hate
do
it.
for a
I
second,
really
and
hate-
then you
I
stop. So
try.
you're fine.
I'm not actually complaining. Like, I just
404,
I just
stop
need-
bully, please. No.
Yeah, but not like
Fucking
no, I
around.
understand.
But yeah, it's infuriating. Like when people, I know like you're a connoisseur of podcasts and such. So like when you hear somebody with an annoying tick, or they smack their lips, or they do something, it's fucking, it's
Oh,
it's
yep.
horrible.
yeah, like
If I had my noise gate on,
again,
I don't
this
have
isn't
it.
me
This
like
voice meter fucks up.
like I'm just like I just needed to know.
I don't have my voice meter on because it fucks up like after quite some time. So
Yeah,
it's
dude,
just
it sounds good.
straight plugged
Hey,
in.
you should talk to Adawolf and see, cause his was doing the exact same thing and then he fixed it. Like
Well,
he had to
Everyone-
restart
everyone-
Discord and
It
like his
happens. It happens
drivers.
regularly.
Well, yeah,
because of a
you
Windows
have to
regularly,
update.
continually do
everyone.
it, and like I can have it, so like I can do that and then continually restart the Discord, but like it gets annoying to me. So like I would rather like not deal with that problem. It's only become like exponentially worse recently, and like I could do
You
that,
sound
and like
good
I have
like this,
a good
anyways.
noise gate, but like I mean it sounds a little bit more like how I actually sound when I use the voice meter, but yeah, it's just like I get annoyed because I don't have like noise gate, and you hear like snapping of sticks and things like that when I'm like,
I like that though. I like natural sounds. Like obviously not like banging on the desk or like
hey, there he is,
kids
Matt
in the
walks in.
background. Oh, did he get in?
Well, he's at least in the server. I think he popped up. He showed up on the bright, I think. Yeah. I mean, don't focus on it, bro. That's like,
Anyways, yeah.
but yeah, like
Are you feuding
this
with
process like
with Tango whiskey?
I like Tango.
4-4. Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's the
404.
thing. That's
Yeah,
what I was
he's trolling. That's just funny
Hey.
feuding. I like that word.
I always.
It's only Bibble that does it.
He's got hella
I actually
memes.
enjoy, like boys. I actually enjoy like a bit of feuds. Yeah, I think I'm too white for my own good.
entertaining.
Like fucking, it is. It's fun. Like fucking, as long as it's in good fun. You know, like fucking when it's
That's the
nasty.
problem. People don't. It's like Frank Hassel and Boogie.
When it becomes a
basically.
blood feud, it sucks ass.
And you're shooting guns into the air.
And
Exactly.
Fed
Fire it
has
now.
Fed has seen what happens when I just fucking drop the nuke. I'm fucking over it. Like,
Yeah, he definitely does drop the nuke.
yeah, like Japan is fucked. But yeah, like
Drop
I
one
do,
for good
like-
measure, and I'm out.
drop the extra.
I got
like,
my eyes
for real,
peeled.
like-
I got lemon ballard.
But I don't like it. Like I just like banter.
Same.
You know, like even negative banter. You know what I mean? Like,
Like, do
Tony Castle.
you not get on your
Tony
regular
Castle.
social media because you're
Wait,
just too
what?
tempted
I
to
don't
troll
use
people?
social media. I don't
Wait, what
use
about
social
Tony
media.
Castle? He's not here, right?
No, he's not. But I like
Oh,
that. Dude.
I was like, what the fuck?
He knows I like him too.
Whenever I hear
You
that, I'm
know,
like,
like-
wait a minute. Like,
No.
now
like,
wait a minute, Tony Castle, no! Sorry.
I've now got like Tony
sound
and
like,
Walrus,
FPS Russia when you do that, or Kyle, whatever.
but like for real, like fucking, I like debating with those guys and just fucking like shooting the shit because both those guys, that's a thing. Shut up. Both those guys, fucking, they're kind of pious. You know, like in their own way. When I disappeared off Ghost Stream today, it was literally because I was talking to Walrus. And like, you know, he was just citing scripture at me and like, hey, whatever, like I'm fucking used to that. But it started out as me trying to work him out. And then very quickly realized he needed to work me out. You know, like who we are and fucking where we stand, you know, like fucking I kinda like that. I actually do. Like that's discussion, that's fucking growth, you know, like
That's the whole
doesn't seem
reason.
to happen.
That's the whole reason I started doing this is because I want to have cool and interesting people to talk to, like you two, and then hopefully I could get
I
like,
appreciate you inviting me.
like the fucking like my goal would be I want to talk to this lady named Leah Ditton. She fucking is solo rowboating from California to Japan right now. Fucking crazy. Unsupported.
Task.
It would be a world record. She already broke a world record for California to Hawaii. Oh, that's why there's
that's
fucking
fucking
YouTube
metal.
video playing in the background. Row Leah, Lia, row.com. She does like a blog update, and there's a GPS thing you can follow.
That's creep.
I guess I'll do a
So
shot
creep.
until a shot every time I die.
Why do
until
people
I go
do
to
that?
sleep.
You go to bed.
Why do people do what? I'm curious now.
No, well, why do people like actively accept being tracked?
Oh well, she's rowing.
She's on a world tour.
Yeah, she's rowing across
she's
the
keeping her
Pacific
meter.
Ocean. So I mean, but like she's also does blog
Okay.
updates because she's got like a Patreon style thing.
No, that is actually fair enough.
Yeah, she's
You guys know what I'm talking about? Like fucking, you get those
Oh,
cunts that are
dude.
like,
Well, they're trying to do it with Corona and stuff.
yes,
Yeah,
they
they're
are.
trying to further erode it.
And by
That was
the
a
way,
good point
boys,
about it.
She used
by
to.
the way, boys, expect Facebook to sell their fucking facial recognition shit to local governments real soon. Guaranteed.
Well, and
That's fair.
I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but inadvertently they kind of fucked facial recognition with the masks.
No, they haven't.
True.
They haven't.
A little
Facebook,
bit.
as of 5 years ago, literally can detect people's faces behind them.
How
Like,
would they know
I've been-
5 years ago if they could do that between masks if they didn't have the
Uh,
mask on it? Did they, like digitally
well,
like
If
obscure
you
the
could
face?
pick up somebody from behind,
Well, yeah, you
obviously
could.
the mask isn't going to do anything. And that was 5 years ago.
Well, and one of the things they also
Like-
do is like gait recognition, like the way that you walk. That's
Way you walk,
Oh.
way you dress, way you walk, way you dress, the way, yes.
the way your semen
I
tastes.
I just got. I lost all of my health
Hey,
to
Fred.
one move. Sorry.
Hey, Fed, how does my semen taste now?
Salty.
Gross.
It's like what's
It
the
grossed
one?
me out. Off.
Oh,
It's
did
like
he die?
butterscotch with a little bit of salt on it. No, I was trying to remember what it's called. There was like a what's there's like salt caramel and something. I don't remember what it was.
Salted caramel?
Maybe I don't know. I'm approaching drunk as fuck.
Ice
Like,
cream? Hey,
I'm
so you didn't
asymptotically
drink?
approaching it.
You didn't drink all week, huh?
Yeah, I didn't. I've been
Nice.
working out more. I've been trying to like do like healthy alternatives. Like
So, was Mountain
Uh,
joining?
I tried to invite him. I don't know. I'd want to talk to him, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
did too.
forcing him.
Where did you hear that he was trying to get the link?
I hit him up on the Discord and like he was like,
Oh, okay.
I told him it was like me, you, and 404, and there's the link, and then I asked if he got it, but he's also like I know he had to do like homework. He might be like prepping to eat or something like that. I don't even know what time it is. Oh my god, it's 2 o'clock.
Go
I
to
have
bed. You
sleep
gotta
at
go
some
to
point.
work.
Yeah, but
You have to
Go
go
back.
to work?
no, I don't have to go to work.
Mountain! There he is!
Is he?
We spoke and you appeared.
Wow, really? Yo,
What's up?
hey,
love this
buddy, how you doing?
Dilophosaurus didn't do nothing.
Hey, man, appreciate it.
But yeah, I'm just hanging out.
We were literally just talking about like, oh yeah, it's like 2 p.m. here. Like maybe he's like doing work. He was talking about like having to do shit and homework. So
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm a busy guy. So
I'm
Busy
fighting a
boy.
horse demon.
that's scary.
I've been doing it for like 5 hours. It's been bad.
He has. Yes.
And
Wow.
I got destroyed by
fed.
cummies just now.
Toxic games!
He just
But yeah.
came all over your face and tits.
It's a female character, so yeah, it's true. It feels bad. It doesn't matter
Okay.
that I'm on like +6 new game, but it still feels bad.
Go to bed.
The horse hurts. No,
Yeah,
I told
fed.
you.
Go to bed.
No.
Nar.
Go to bed.
Taking a shot every
No,
time I
we
die
got-
until I can't do it.
Nah, bullshit.
We got-
You'd be dead by now.
You need to sleep.
No, I
Go to bed.
started that like a
Mountain,
death ago.
Mountain, back me up.
No.
What?
He just joined in. Fuck you.
Yeah, I just
Fred
got here.
needs to go to bed.
Oh no. Oh no. The Discord overlay. She's down, boys.
404, I've never asked you to tell me that, and I've never told you to do that. You ain't
Yeah,
my
well-
daddy, and you ain't my grandpa.
Sounds
But I
like you
appreciate
got
it.
the same problem as my fucking manager. Or fucking teleconference to me.
Sorry.
Go to
Yes.
bed.
Just come, dude.
No,
You did.
Jeez.
I'm usually like really loud as fuck. Like I try and kind of keep it down on Discord, but when I start drinking, I'm a hype man. I'm not usually like when people are
in
like
the
popping off and
world
doing
is
stuff. I follow
going
people up
on?
really hard. I'm really encourageable. I love it. Mountain walk. Do you believe?
What?
Do you believe?
Do I believe what?
Do you believe in
What's
God?
what's your favorite? What's your favorite costume?
Costume?
Think
what do
of
you
an
mean?
aesthetic. What's your favorite? What's your favorite aesthetic? Besides hair cross.
Oh,
Oh
obviously,
shit, he just blackballed you.
probably.
Don't say hair cross, Mountain Walk, you motherfucker.
Pirates. Everyone likes pirates.
Oh, pirate.
Pirates. Pirates is a good one.
What's a pirate hat? Is the tricorn hat? Is that kind of pirate?
Well,
hat?
yeah, like-
Mermaids
yeah.
be considered part of the pirate lore?
I don't have that.
Probably.
Yes, actually, yes, that's where they came from. But Mountain,
Yeah.
where do these pirates live?
They live on the sea, of course.
Read!
Under the
You don't
sea.
respond
The
to I
high
expected.
seas.
Under the sea,
They live
down
in
where
a-
it's wetter.
Perth.
Mountain Walk gets
But
better.
I was
Take it
expecting
from
Mountain,
here.
I was expecting Mountain to say that they live in the Caribbean.
Oh, well, I mean,
Is this
kind
kind
of.
of piratey? It's like it's kind of like what was it, Blood Elves? They had the mask. They were almost piratey, right? But it's got the
yeah.
tricorn hat. I don't
That's
know.
true. That's true. Yeah.
I kind of I don't know. I love this.
It-
That's
but
more
I'm
like
about to die.
Victorian era plague, I would say.
Everything is Victorian era in this. Okay, Mountain Walk. Big
Well-
big sword, little sword, or crab clackers.
Crap.
I like crabs. Crabs are kind of cool.
Crab clackers. It is. We're going in with them. Wait, no, that's not it. Crab clackers. This is it. That's how we do the crab clacking.
That's
This
how
one's
you
for you,
clack
Mountain Walk.
crabs.
Yeah, I'm taking one more shot. This is because I'm not gonna win, but
Oh,
maybe this one.
God.
This one's for you, Mountain Walk.
He's a madman.
If I
Ooh.
beat this
Are you
before
drinking
next
rum at
Friday, I'll
least?
be surprised. I'm
Before
drinking
next
straight
Friday?
tequila.
You
This
know,
is New
you've
Game
got the
plus
audience
6.
of Mountain Walk, 404 here. Maybe the added pressure will, probably.
This is
4
New Game
viewers
plus
on
6
D Live.
Ludwig, which is like the hardest boss most people fight.
The problem, Flo, is that out of everyone here, I know you the least. These motherfuckers know me all too well, and Fed knows that he doesn't have to worry because I'll just give him shit anyway. So
Yeah, I'm not
Go to
really
bed.
like completely at home.
yeah, go to bed, Fed.
I would rather beat this boss like 100%.
You gotta do it.
And I wasn't kidding when I told you like I fought what's his name, Gale, like 600 something times.
So-
a lot of them are
so-
very drunk.
So Mountain Walk,
What's up?
how do we know that those ship disappearances aren't like a crack team of Dilophosaurus?
I mean, I'm not saying that they aren't, It's just saying it's probably unlikely, but, could be wrong. Could be wrong.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, man. Like those motherfuckers, like you don't fuck with Dilophosaurus.
yeah, they're
Oh,
pretty scary.
I got bulldozed.
Like, just look what happened in human.
Fucked it
The
up.
chip damage is it's not an oh god. I have to make sure I can dodge that. Everything's chip damage eventually. I have to be able to dodge that.
Yeah, look at what happened in human.
It's a one shot though. Like,
Reed!
like if you get clipped by any portion of that, it's a one shot.
So,
Oh,
Mountain Walk,
shot.
what do you like to do when you're not streaming? You have any hobbies?
Magic.
I play a lot of magical card stuff. Well, maybe not so much
Have-
recently. with
Have you
the
got
corona.
Mountain on YouTube?
Huh?
No, I was just saying, like,
Link your
freaking
YouTube mountain.
float.
Hmm.
What,
Wait, what
like,
about
you
my
should
YouTube
watch
thingy?
Mountain's fucking YouTube.
Link it.
Oh,
Flow
okay.
Euphoria's thing.
I
He's
will
cool
put
with
Fuck
it
yeah, because
in.
I need to see it. Do it for me. Do it for the
Okay.
boys.
Well, I watch it. So, you know.
I will
Suck it.
put it in the general.
Mount Walk, do you like music?
Yeah, I listen to music sometimes.
Do you
but
like
it's mostly...
music? No, I hate it.
Fuck you, dude! I deal with ghosts, he's autistic as shit. Fuck you! I deal with these motherfuckers that don't actually like me. Sorry.
Dang,
Uh,
20 years. That's you're approaching wizard levels.
She grabbed
No,
me from the
I've
opposite
actually
way.
had sex before, so I'm
I-
not
Oh,
actually a
dude,
wizard.
I'm so glad you got that
Getting
fucking
my eye
reference.
melon baller
But-
because I was like, hey, Mountain Walk. I literally had somebody take a melon baller to my eye.
Oh, what?
A melon baller. She carves out eyes and you get stones. Like, look at these stones real quick. Like, in my inventory.
Okay.
Do you notice anything weird about this pebble?
It's
Yeah, it
round.
smells like pussy.
Look at it.
Goddamn Gwyneth
Oh,
Paltrow.
it
you see
looks
it?
kind of like an eyeball.
Yes, it's a stone eyeball. These enemies drop them out. They also grab your face and they put a melon baller on your eye. They grab eyeballs and so do crows. They're bitches. Fuck these
It's weird.
rat bastards. But if you like music, maybe listen to this one. If I get to the second phase, the music's even better, but it's really good waltz. It's just scary and it's hard to do.
Did you catch the VTuber debate last night?
A little bit. I don't know. It got pretty weird and
Homoerotic.
Autistic.
White
would you
nationalist
say?
thief? Whoa, whoa.
so
What do you think about
thought-
VTubers?
whatever. I think they're cute. I like all the VTuber stuff. I think it's really cute.
I'm jealous.
So-
I just want to be a VTuber. I want that sweet,
I don't
sweet
think I'd want to do that. but-
titty donos.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be a very fulfilling thing for me to do. So
Sorry.
Oh, I don't know. You know what is familiar? Fucking strippers and cocaine, which you could buy with all of that VTuber money.
I mean, Tony Castle made a good point. Oh, I'm gonna go one shot. No,
Oh, is that was Tony Castle's good point? You got one shot.
No, he was talking about doing cocaine and fucking hookers.
Just that-
Oh,
That's
that's the
always a
one
good
shot.
point.
Jesus fuck. Sorry.
You gotta be quicker than that.
It's so hard to predict how that works. And it's 3 blood files. It's fucked. And the animations you can't cancel when you start healing. So if he does that in the wrong spot, then I can't stop it.
Do you ever do Magic the Gathering in real life, or do you go to
Oh, I
tournaments? or
dodged it
anything
that
like
time. I
that?
dodged it that time, motherfucker. Sword mode, go, you bastard!
sometimes, but like I said, not really
Oh,
recently.
he's gonna body slam me.
Because of the whole road.
For
Oh.
obvious reasons. So
So, do you win a lot of them?
No,
since
no
you've been
greed,
playing
no
so
greed.
long?
No great.
Or is it still just,
most of the
luck?
stuff I just do is like limited anymore because I don't really like a lot of the formats, especially in the last couple years. I've been
Mountain Walk, do you
pretty
believe
chill.
in my guiding moonlight?
Your guiding moonlight? What's that?
Watch the cutscene. Do you see how the boss was running around on four legs?
It
He's the
looks like he
fly.
has 1,000
He's the
legs,
fly
but,
transporter. Do you hear him? Log. It's really bad because now he's about to start doing like an actual waltz, like aggressively. Before he was doing like a waltz, but he was like a feral thing that was like clomping around on like 4 hooves. Now he's embraced his human side versus being a horse, and so now he actually does a formal waltz. 1 2 3 1 2 3 dun dun 1 2 3 1 2 3 dun 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 dun. And everything is
You're
now on a
pitching.
1 2 3 basis.
Oh no.
And, like, you have to dodge the right way.
fucked it all up, didn't I?
And the boss makes you waltz. It's fucked. It's really cool though.
Do you know what's really cool?
Mm,
Tango wants to donate 3 lemons to get rid of Mountain Wog.
No,
So
he just got
this
here.
guy-
Oh, the music's so
Fed,
good.
Fed keeps talking about his fucking game.
What the fuck? This game's amazing. Piss off. I brought Mount Walk in here because they thought he was gonna be great.
Amazing.
Oh,
I'm
That was
murdered.
great. Let me see.
I can't
I'm
even
just-
dodge his boss and heal. Like, fuck.
Oh.
The predictive nature of the AI is so good. Like, it literally, it just eighth note chopped my ass on a fucking waltz. I have
What
no
the fuck is
fucking
this
recourse
doing?
but to just beat the fuck out of this thing because I can't even heal myself anymore.
Well, Mountain.
Fuck,
Yeah,
I got like.
Everyone can
do you
know.
It's
feel
not,
like-
that's not even on
Guys,
the.
stop that.
Ah, it's not even on the actual
Good.
waltz note.
Man, let other cunts talk. Fucking.
No, I'm
I was-
doing random stream shit. But do you like? I've always wanted to be a Magic the Gathering player that can just go in and just destroy people.
I mean,
What's that?
I mean, you can. I guess it depends on like what you want to do. If you want to just like, for example,
Laquata's champion.
uh,
you have
yes,
enough
that is the
Laquatas.
card from Torment. We did
That
talk
is-
about that.
That,
Um,
like I was telling you, like fucking, that's the best way to like shut down a cunt at a DCI tournament. Like you bust out like 3 Laquatases and they're dead. You don't even
Um,
have to attack people. You just have to have them on the field because it's like
Yeah,
minus 10 HP.
Yeah, that card was actually super frustrating to play against because like the mono black deck would just like you just discard your entire hand to like mind sludge
Yep.
and stupid shit like that, and they kill all your creatures, they mutilate you,
Reshuffle, what? Yeah.
and then they drop a fucking Laqua's champion. It's like you can't even kill the piece of shit because it's like, oh, you try to kill with damage, just regenerates, just obnoxious.
I
But,
forgot it regenerated. Yeah.
Like you can get like really good at stuff, but there's a lot of different formats. So if you just want to play limited and get good at limited, or if you're like, oh, I just want to play standard and get really good at standard or whatever, you can do that. But it takes a lot to like focus on any one particular thing. So it's really hard to like actually get good at sort of like the whole thing, like limited and constructed and like all this other different stuff. Because there's so much to learn and there's a lot to like to just practicing, even just without even playing like anything like really weird decks, like say if you want to play
Well,
like
honestly-
Dredge and Legacy, which has like a lot of weird interactions. It doesn't really play like a typical Magic deck.
Wait, Mountain,
any-
I honestly learned how to play through like fucking Franken decks. You know, like fucking, where like fucking, you've got like the most dumb shit, you know, but if you know how to play, you can still win it.
Yeah.
You know, like, it
Oh
took a
god.
while.
Thank you
Oh,
for the
do it.
diamond fed and the lemons.
There's
for-
non-starters, man. Like if things are going bad, like I'll run in a not good run. But I still try. Don't get me wrong. There's still timing to everything. It's literally like anytime that there's a dodge, there's a timing. So
It's a sweet, sweet dance.
it is. It's a bittersweet symphony. That's life, yeah.
It's terrible.
I think like
I'm
getting
still try-
Sometimes you
getting a
gotta make end
blowjob
meets.
while winning a game of Magic is like peak human
I-
existence.
So what you're saying, Fed, is you like inmates?
The end goal is the meets. Yes.
The inmates, right?
The
In
end
and around your
meets.
mouth.
Mount end meets. Yes. It's specifically it's
Mounting
the
in the meats.
Sasquatch. The Sasquatch BBC is the only thing that can satisfy my pink starfish. My Bermuda
that went a
Triangle
bit-
hungers. That's it. It's like Frostmourne, except gay as fuck.
Oh no, that's not a good place to be.
Sorry, I like. It didn't even like. There was like no computing. Like my mind was literally like, oh, okay, well, wait, yeah, no, that's a quote. Like it just literally was meant to like,
Quote.
like, well, I mean, Frostmourne hungers, like, right? Like that's a quote, is it not?
Yeah. That's
yeah. Well, okay, so I was like my Bermuda Triangle and hug or something like that was it. Like, it didn't even like go past that. It was like I've been drinking and I've been like Ghost quit. Like I was there for the whole stream. You stopped at like 12 fucking hours, and I'm pretty sure it's like 14 hours at this point. And I've been drinking and I've been up the whole time.
You've been doing
Okay.
good. You're a
14
soldier.
hours?
I
He's
had a good
been
little
yeah.
nap.
You've got 14 hours on like live basically.
Mm-hmm.
How's that been?
I mean, it's so cool. I just like
It's a mental
this is
experience.
this is a really hard boss. Like this is a really hard boss. Like I did 2,000 damage. Look at his health bar. It's nothing.
You just gotta be quick. Gotta be fast.
I gotta do it right. No, it's not about being quick. It's about doing it right.
Mountain Walk, would you
It's
say
gotta
that
be-
you're a
you gotta be
gamer?
fast.
A gamer? Oh wow. That's
See, I'm-
kind of a loaded term, but you know, I've been known to do some gaming. You know, typically.
And I've dropped some F slurs and some N slurs when my arena partners and
I get really mad sometimes when I play WoW, just because of just like stupid stuff. Like sometimes the game is just so poorly balanced, like in PvP. I just spurg out like really badly. It's not good.
whoa, Jesus, sorry.
Like that?
I mean, it's not as bad as like when I play Pokemon and like the end game of Pokemon is just basically like, okay, we'll just make this AI that just does a bunch of like RNG shit. So like it's like 0% skill half the time. It's just like, oh yeah, this guy just dodged 100 times and then killed you. So like that's probably the thing that triggers me the most.
Like one shot mechanics that suck ass. Oh, okay, sorry.
Does
My
anyone
guiding
know when
moonlight.
that pay stream is happening? Doesn't say on
It's
Twitter.
most likely happening like it's probably like I don't know, like in an hour or two, maybe, probably. Okay.
And then when is that Among Us tournament?
Probably after that. Considering the Warski would have necessarily programmed his after, but I'm gonna at least try and concentrate. I swear to God, I'm sitting up straight and doing all the things.
This is the time.
I'm gonna get wrecked. I swear, but it's my guiding moonlight. I know it's in a waltz. I know it's in thirds. I know all the things, but it's still
Do you
gonna
have to
fuck
watch
me.
this cutscene each time?
No, I could skip it, but I love it.
Oh.
I love that cutscene. It's
That-
really good.
Man, I don't know. I've never played Bloodborne.
Listen to the horns, Mountain Walk. Listen to them. Do you hear the orchestra?
I think I have it kind of low.
Yeah.
Don't be so abusive.
I don't know. This what I mean to say is like this boss is like pretty tragic. Like, I mean,
Well, it's actually though he's mutilated horse person who's like he's only like this because of his sense of duty.
You're getting
like,
hit by everything. Die.
it's it's a discordant hit. He swings the sword on the note, but then the shockwave does not hit on the
That's
same.
what you were talking about. Your like auditory autism is that.
It doesn't. It's the stop. Okay, I have to stop. Sorry, I didn't mean to tell you that.
Anyways, you looking forward to playing any games coming out, Mountain Walk?
Yeah, new WoW expansion's coming out. That should hopefully be better than the current one, which isn't really hard because BFA is just like fucking garbage. Like it was really bad. Like I think it was 2 months or maybe even a month after it came out, and it was just like, yep, this is absolute garbage. And it's only gotten worse since. So hopefully the new expansion is kind of a reset. Been playing the beta. It's okay. But there's still a lot of bugs and stuff, which is a little unfortunate. But the storyline and the class balance and stuff is a lot better. It's a lot more interesting, I think.
Come on.
So let's see what else.
Come on.
Get
There
out of here, you son of a
it
bitch!
is.
You got
Hey,
the
Don't
the
fuck
horse-
it up.
really
Make sure you
kill.
save. Oh, wow. That was
He did.
Sorry, was on the edge of my seat for that one. He got quiet, then I was like, oh, he might fucking do it.
I'm sorry, that was 5 hours. Like literally, that was like 5 hours of like literally just running into that guy dying.
Yeah,
It
but
seems more
did you
like
try
5 minutes.
harder?
Wait, what? Wait, what's harder?
Well, if you
what's harder?
tried harder, you would have won earlier.
No, I was about to say, there's like, I think there might be one level that it can increase in the difficulty, and that's the hardest you can make that guy. And I don't have an optimal build. I was like, Mountain Walk, what's a cool thing? And I was like, yeah, that's one that I like too. Like, this is not the optimal build. There's like min-maxing you slightly do with the armor, but it's mostly aesthetic. But that guy's dead. He's on the stream. I killed him. Fuck him. Fuck him. I don't care.
Boom, yeah.
That's what happens
know
though.
if
That's the
somebody
same
was
thing that
gonna
happened
put
with
that or not.
fucking Gale. That's what happens with Gurman. I kill the motherfucker. I don't care how drunk I get. After a
No,
while,
Fed.
I understand
Fed,
the
Fed.
beat and I feel it.
Fed. You're a Gale.
Hey, come at me when you can kill that guy in like
You
new
gotta-
game plus
don't
5 or
fuck
6.
it
I
up.
don't know which one I'm on.
No, I'm just gonna go to Las Vegas and like tie your shoes together.
Yeah, like an actual person with
Sasquatch
dexterity.
BBC
Fuck you.
is
I have
anything that
D&D
can satisfy
dexterity.
me.
I'm
I
gonna look
have
at you.
IRL dexterity.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
well, I will use my perception and fail it incredibly because I'll roll dice and then just slip in my shoes, and then I'll feel a little bit bad because I'll be like choking on some blood the whole night. But I'll still share a shot with you, so that's it.
Okay. Well, how's it feel? You must be feeling some euphoria right now.
I spiked my headset and like walked across the room and literally said, "Let's go." Like I popped off, and I like as much as like I actually think I might be tricked by like tying shoes together a lot of the time. Like I think that's the one thing that might actually fuck me is like a lot of the time like as big as I am, I like everyone says I'm a cat because like I catch myself like I'll throw a foot in front of the other and like I've made it in a lot of situations without having anything bad happen because like I land on my feet right, but
Weird
if
flex,
I tied
bro.
my feet
Weird
together,
flex.
well, no, I'd be fucked. Well, I specifically said he tied my shoes together. and
Nah,
that would be a
just
thing that fucked.
calm down. You got
But,
too much adrenaline after slaying that big meaty Vouch
The
horse
but
guy.
I'm in. Like, okay, you see, this is literally his head right here. You see this guy's head? Fuck you.
Are you gonna save? Do you have to save, or are you good?
Save? No.
It just
I just
just
got the
auto
Moonlight
saves after
Greatsword.
you beat it.
Mountain Walk, do you want to see a sexy ass sword? Or do you want to see a cool thing that happens? Like, do you want to see a mechanical thing that like imitates something and then something else that like
You
like,
should
the
probably
real
watch it
interpretation?
maybe through Discord. My stream quality might not be amazing.
Yeah, I'm watching it through disc.
All right, check this out. Mountain Walk. All right, you see this straight sword? You see that?
Yeah, I see the sword.
All right. So I have a scabbard on my back, right? You see that? It's covered in blood because like I've been killing a horse.
Yeah,
and you
most
kill the
people,
horse.
most people Fed don't admit to having scabs on their back.
A scabbard. So, yeah. It's all right. That's the sheath for a great sword.
That's pretty cool.
Huh? All right. So you want to see the coolest portion of that?
Sure.
The coolest portion is it's an imitation of so that's Ludwig's holy blade. Here's the Moonlight Greatsword, which was like that boss was like, "Oh, you've been at my side all along." It's this tattered blade that like it's not very good when you use it in like single-handed, and it's like covered in leather because it's like this old shoddy blade. And when you want to use it right, you channel the magic, and it makes
Ooh, it's green.
It's
a
pretty neat.
two-handed sword. And like the inlay is sick too. Like
That's pretty neat.
That is a lot of detail.
it does things, and then so like
It does things to my body.
Well, no, it's really
My
cool. Like it
brain.
actually like even the false like the one this is imitation, it like scales off magic because of like it does the orky faith boys things. So like
Mhm.
if you use that one and you like, so you use that like charged attack, you do that, and then you do that sort of thing. It's really good. It's like a really good reached attack, And I love the way that you like it uses magnets because it like snaps it out of like the
How do magnets work?
How the fuck
but,
do
but like
magnets
but
work?
wait like it's so cool the way that like literally just the animation of like the mid swing animation to like transition between the it's really good.
Very
But then
cool.
the Moonlight Greatsword's even better because it like you do that necessarily, but then you can also like you can do Ludwig's like you can flick magic off the blade and you can also do the explodey thing. It's really cool. But the one that's based off of it was also based off the Kirk Hammer, which is kind of hilarious. This guy, see this is the most warrior thing ever. Do you see this giant?
It's a huge. Is that like a one-handed
But
mace thing?
watch the
It's
watch
called
the
the
animation.
chode.
Watch the animation. I love it. Okay, you see that? You can infer what's gonna happen, but still.
Okay.
That is pretty sick.
Oh, so you can.
Besides, not a PDF.
That's pretty cool.
I love the fact that that's a sheath with the magnetic hilt that like snaps into the like one side of it, like that. That's just good.
Magical.
That's pretty neat.
I
That's
didn't even
pretty
know you
neat.
could do.
I
They had
gotta
weapons
go
like
there.
that. All right,
Oh,
boys.
they-
Well, I gotta get off here. You guys can chill in the,
it's all good,
the
mate.
old Discord.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck get out of here, Mountain Walk. You should come on
Get
my.
outta here!
Should come on my.
Get outta
action
here!
show. It's on Thursdays.
Oh, you know to message me, unless you miss it.
Well, that I messaged you about that 5 or 6 times. So
On
Wait,
Thursday, you
Thursday.
fucked that up. I showed up
Thursday,
and you.
the normal
Oh,
oh, and no, Wednesday. Thursday was the show day, but Wednesday was
When
the
are you-
debate.
if you decided with Joe and what
Yeah, I
day
was
you want
supposed
to
to
do
be
the
there
other day.
Wednesday.
Not yet, but yeah, when I'm gonna let him choose.
Oh, I just killed myself with a Shikage. I didn't realize. I had
Chicago.
that- I literally just stabbed myself in the chest with a fucking samurai.
Thanks for the friendly chat.
Alright,
It's always a pleasure. I'm
Right.
gonna end the stream, but yeah, what's up?
like always,
Yeah.
always a pleasure, brother.
Get out of here!